Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 42 of the Blurred Podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Creamcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Dark Side.
Keep my screen name out your fucking mouth.
I was just joking.
Wow.
Not that serious.
Yeah.
I was
It
just
is very
joking.
serious.
I was just joking.
Mm-hmm.
No, I
And the
apologize.
Ed Underground, Bay. How you guys doing?
Darkside, you need to apologize to me, Green Tuner, and not Ed, because that's what a real apology is, apparently.
Apparently. And apparently I won't press characters either. So
Don't press charges, please.
yeah, and
do
apparently no one's getting arrested either.
that. Well, I mean,
When you're that connected and powerful in Hollywood,
yeah,
Exactly.
you don't really suffer the consequences of a normal person.
yeah. You don't live by the
Exactly.
same. You don't live by the same rules as us mere mortals. You know, when you're a Hollywood elite, the poster child for the black community, pretty much. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my week has been pretty chill, you know, just working and so forth. But I mean, it was brought out of, you know, the normalcy of my typical day-to-day life when I did hear about the slap that was heard all around the world, pretty much. Let's get right into it. Like, you know, we you know, for the Blurred Podcast, we talk about a lot of nerdy shit, but we also we're entitled to talk about entertainment as well. So I mean, that was entertainment. Oscars in of itself.
Hey, if Dune won the best picture of the year, we would have talked about
We
it.
would have talked about it. So, you know, it didn't win
I was
Best
pumped
Picture.
for it.
Yeah, I was
Nope.
pumped. I wanted it to win, but, you know, the
Did as well.
nerd culture doesn't win normally when it comes to movies at the Oscars. So, I mean, no one is surprised here that Dune didn't win.
Yeah.
But, you know,
It's all again, the Oscars are worthless.
they are. No one
They
cares.
are
about,
worthless.
No one cares about the Oscars. I was not going to watch the Oscars. I was just going to wait till the end of the night, go on.
What the hell?
What the hell? Why do we have double?
Sorry.
numbers?
No.
There you go.
Jeez, amateur hour.
It is amateur hour.
Yeah, but yeah, no one cares about the Oscars. Everybody at the end of the night, they check to see who won, who were the nominees, who won,
Yeah.
and that was it. And the only reason why I know about the Oscars, I didn't even know the Oscars were going on, to be honest with you.
Me
Neither
either.
did I.
Yeah, the only reason I knew about the Oscars is because there are many people who were watching. No, like the 3 people that were watching that I knew were messaging me like crazy, like, holy shit, Chris Rock got slapped in a skit. And I was like, oh, that's okay, it's fake, whatever. First of all, I didn't know Chris Rock was even hosting the Oscars.
Me either.
I thought this shit was gonna be virtual this year. Or something.
I don't think he did host it. I think he was just presenting an award at that
I
time.
thought it was some white girl that was supposed
okay.
to host it.
Yeah.
I
I think Amy Schumer was hosting it.
okay.
I believe.
Well, that's funny because
Oh.
no one talking about Amy Schumer at all. So I don't think she's.
I got something to say about her because
Okay,
I know, again, this is one of the reasons I hate the Oscars, because it's not really, you're not saying something is the best movie is subjective, right?
absolutely,
This is just basically the industry patting itself on the back.
absolutely.
There's no actual weight really to it. It's a stupid ceremony. It's stupid. Everyone's too far up their ass. They're so far up their ass that it came out that Amy Schumer wanted to get the prime minister or president of the Ukraine to make a statement at the Oscars. So this dumbass thought this guy who's currently engaged in a war with Russia was going to take time out of his day to appear via satellite or something. And like, what is that supposed to achieve? What is there for him to gain? Like, these people are so far up their own asses that they think that
make them
everything
look good.
revolves around them.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
But not even that. I think it's a typical let's hashtag something. Like, there are people who are truly starving out there in the world, people who don't have access to who are truly, you know, suffering from a war, and people think that doing a simple hashtag Ukraine, and showing solidarity support, like that's really going to do something. No, what usually is going to do something is either political leaders getting into a room, or teaching people with bullets. I mean, that's just what it is. You know, you have to fight.
True. It's like
the people who think that, you know, when a war happens, that oh well, everybody else can run away, and then just the soldiers that are fighting, fine, it'll be worked out. No, when someone invades your home, you have to fight back. You don't fight back with a Pepsi, with Kylie Jenner coming through with a Pepsi, or Kendall Jenner coming with a Pepsi. You come with instruments of
fists
war.
and guns.
Yeah, well, I don't know about necessarily fists.
True.
You'll definitely lose that battle. But
Yeah, you lose it.
yeah, but the thing is that it's just ridiculous. Hollywood always has this mentality, and granted, it's across the world. Is people say, "Oh, it's not my problem," and so forth. But it's just stupid.
I know, but it's so in your face that they think that somehow that they are that important. Where again, a world leader is gonna come on your shitty, popularity contest to give out a message. Exactly. Oh God, it's so annoying. But yeah, so it doesn't just happen with the Smiths. It seems like it's it's coded on everybody.
Well, have you ever heard have you ever watched? I'm sure you could Google it. The George Clooney acceptance speech.
Yeah, South Park.
South Park made fun of it, where he was smug about like how important Hollywood is.
Right.
Oh yeah, because Hollywood basically defeated slavery or something. Pretty much is what it sounded like.
Yeah, defeated racism, I believe.
Find this later.
Sorry, it's racism. Yeah. It's so stupid.
So I mean, it's been around for a while. I know what you mean.
What makes me upset?
Extremely tone deaf.
I'm primarily on Instagram, and I see once in a while like a post with some chick saying, "Hey, I support Ukraine," and it's like her taking a selfie half naked in her.
You know what? No.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Ann. I want more people to do that, and more hot chicks to tell selfies to support Ukraine. Yeah, please keep doing that.
Yeah, he doesn't have a problem with that. He has a problem with the self-congratulatory, award shows, but he still wants to be like, hey, if you want to have tits out for Ukraine, do so. I mean,
my goodness,
because that does help. That helps.
I am.
Well, you support Russia? Bad Underground?
Yeah.
No, I'm just. You guys know what I'm saying.
He wants to reestablish.
I don't.
He wants to reestablish USSR for sure. So
I know.
False.
KGB agent right here.
Destroy capitalism.
Yeah.
It's. But the thing, as we're at the Blur podcast, we're very inclusive, we're very body positive. So I mean, if people want to do that for Ukraine, show support and donate the proceeds, because I think at one point didn't I forgot what was the cause though. Didn't women were giving away like their OnlyFans and giving away nudes for people donating money for like $5? It was like if you donated $5 or something like that, you got like access to like this one woman's nudes, and she was then she donated all the money to a cause. She didn't keep any money for herself.
Oh, that's cool.
I've heard of that happening. Yeah,
so
that's cool.
It's a cool thing to have. I think it's a cool thing to do, and if that's what you want to do, awesome.
That's not new to me.
It's sure, but I mean, it is a thing, and hey, that's cool. But let's get back on task with the slap.
Slap,
yeah.
So none of us watched it live. We all watched the internet react to it.
I watched the internet. So just basically Will Smith.
Great memes out of this thing. Great
memes.
Memes. Amazing.
I don't think you can. I think honestly, this is probably one of the best generation of memes, or this is one of the best incidents that generated memes that I have ever seen, because this is legendary.
It is incredibly, like, at first I thought it was like, oh, it's a bit, it's staged.
I thought so too.
But when you watch it, there's so much anger in it, and it's just the audience reaction. So like there is a conspiracy where the Oscars are irrelevant.
They are.
Like Green Tuner said, the ratings are down year after year. Ratings are depleting. So part of me was like, this is a stunt to, get trending. To get Oscars trending, and next year people will watch it out of like interest, be like, oh, I don't want to miss that again. Mm-hmm. But watching Chris Rock, his face absorb that strike. I mean, Will Smith's form, by the way, was pretty damn good. I mean, I've slowed it down and watched it.
Yes.
His follow through, like his stance and everything.
He did train to be Ali.
Yeah, it was.
He did train to be Ali.
Trained to be Ali.
All that training, all the actor training was like, I mean, like the follow through, the walk back, the swag in that. Tip of the hat. But I'm more props to Chris Rock for taking
more props
the blow.
for being a bigger man.
Yeah,
a much bigger
man. Yeah,
bigger man, but still carrying on with his job.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Oscars.
Hold on. I did see a photo of Chris Rock. It's a still photo of him with his fist balled up. Like he was ready to do something, but that quick second he didn't. So it's
no. You could see it because here's the thing. Chris Rock is a comedian and he came up through the comedian ladder. Mm-hmm. So he's used to people heckling him, giving him shit. I'm pretty sure physical altercations too, right?
Yeah.
So he was more than well equipped to completely destroy Will Smith and Jada with just words. And you could tell he was about to do it. And then he stopped himself because there's a moment where he's about to do it. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he just carries on.
Yeah.
He was so composed.
He did have some clarity in that moment.
Yeah. He had instant clarity. And I think it was because of the fact he knew the gravity of the situation. And instead of escalating it further, because, I mean, he could have absolutely ended. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the whole Will and Jada,
you mean
Red Table
what's
Talk,
it called?
Entanglements.
T'Challa's bodyguard.
It's my entanglements and with August Alsina.
Didn't she? She looked like a Black Panther bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole lot of mess, and so there's years and years.
Dude, you get slapped for that.
Yeah, you do, right?
You know what? Oh my goodness! If that happened to me, if Will Smith slammed me, it would be a blessing from heaven. I would fall on the floor. I'd be like, I can't think straight. Somebody call the ambulance. I would just make such a big scene. I'd be like, I'd just be started counting my money.
I'm not gonna lie.
How much I could buy with that settlement.
I would have fought instantly. I don't think.
I mean, you would have millions of dollars of emotional damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that I mean, there was just a lot of material that I mean, like I said, for the people who have kept up with the Red Table Talks, the August Alsina entanglements situation, Jada talking about their sex life and a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, there was a lot.
That family is so annoying.
It is. They're very annoying, and I'm not even picking on them per se. It's just the fact that Hollywood in general is just annoying. Like, I don't care about your personal lives. I don't. You're not.
Nobody. But the thing is, they broadcast it for everyone.
Yes,
willingly.
Like, no, I don't. Yeah. I don't care about people like Hollywood people's lives. Now, granted that I don't pay attention to it. It comes to me through drama, through Twitter and all this other stuff. So I know about it, but I don't actively seek it out. Now, there are many people who do, and that's their audience, sure. But I mean, there's just when you live your life publicly as a public figure, what comes with the territory is the ridicule, is the judgment. Are people making comments? Now, the real crazy thing about this is that the whole alopecia thing. You know what annoys the hell out of me is that it's the complete double standard of her getting made fun of her alopecia, but at the same time, people always shit on men for being bald, and male pattern baldness is literally alopecia. It's another form of alopecia, but women will be like, I don't want no bald man, or blah blah blah, or making fun of men with going through baldness, and then they clown the men on that. But now when Jada happens, everybody's on their high horse. Everybody's now all of a sudden an advocate of Jada's medical condition, this, that, and the other. I'm like, if it's all right, it's all right. If it's not going to be all right, then stop playing this double standard and this victim mentality.
It's a comedy show too, and I mean, I've watched. It's a comedy skit.
I mean, it's a
comedy skit. You should be able to take a joke when you're in that.
Well, the Oscars,
what's it called?
But the Oscars in of itself is not a comedy show. It's an award show.
No, but comedians take shots. Comedians
but that's
historically take shots at the crowd.
They do historically, and they should have known that. True. But the thing is that it's not a comedy show. Like, and that's the thing I kind of do understand when people say it's not a comedy show, because like if you go to a comedy bit where you're in the front row and this person is known to roast people, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. You probably shouldn't go to that comedy show.
I disagree.
But this Oscars,
I disagree.
It's a performance. Okay, here's the thing though, because I know there's people out there defending Will Smith and when the high horse thing. But let's say, what's that blonde chick from Fox News. That
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. No, not Megyn Kelly. Is Megyn Kelly
No.
the super blonde one?
They're all blonde,
really
man.
skinny blonde.
Yeah,
They really
well,
are
I'm
all
just gonna
blonde.
assume
She's
it's
the only
Megyn
one that
Kelly,
came to
right?
mind.
I've seen enough videos of this girl because she has very strong opinions that obviously a lot of people don't like.
You talking about and
Coulter.
Or maybe Ann
Ann
Coulter.
Coulter,
Well,
Ann
anyway,
Coulter.
let's just group
Yeah,
them together,
sure.
right? They have
Mm.
it. And I've seen enough videos of people out there throwing water in their face, doing all this horrible shit to
Absolutely.
these people, right?
Yeah.
Women. And because they're on the side that a lot of people consider to be the wrong side, all these people that are defending Will Smith are okay with people like that being assaulted with water and things like that
Yeah.
for having an opinion that they don't like. So where's the
Where's the
fairness?
line?
Where's the outrage? Where's the
Yeah.
outrage for that?
Exactly.
Well, let me
Where's the
ask you
outrage
this.
for
A
that?
couple
'Cause
years back,
I've seen like TikToks and videos of those women like Megyn Kelly, whoever it is, with people literally like having throwing shit at them.
Yeah.
Right? That it shouldn't be acceptable for them, and it shouldn't be acceptable to
Well,
do it to
remember
a
a cou-
comedian
a couple
that's
years
performing
back,
his job.
a couple of years back, some guy on like live TV punched a Nazi in the face. Remember that?
Yeah, and he was.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
No.
He was praised for being like a hero.
He's like, yeah. So like, I mean, it goes in that like that double standard. Like, is it? You obviously you would never sucker punch someone in the face, but it's okay because this person's a Nazi or whatever. They are. Like, what makes it okay? What criteria
I'm okay with
makes it okay?
I'm okay with Nazi.
No, I'm okay with it too.
Oh, yeah,
but
me too.
again,
Yeah.
no, but it's just all depends with was he really confirming an answer or just something that they threw out?
Oh, he's a self. He was.
So-
it was at a Nazi rally, I believe.
But I don't think,
okay,
I don't think
well-
the guy. He's not. I don't think he's a Nazi. I don't think he's a Nazi. I think he's just a white supremacist. Which there is.
Oh
there
yeah,
is a
I'm sorry. I'm
difference.
sorry.
Oh, white supremacy. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
True,
I mean,
true.
obviously, if I see that, it feels good, but I don't think it should happen
Yeah.
unless
Right.
the person's actually, assaulting someone. You shouldn't use physical
Yeah.
responses to someone just talking, right?
Yeah.
Or so, like I said, obviously, when I see things like that, it feels good because I'm like, oh, good. He deserves to eat shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you want things to be fair.
yes. Yes.
we all have double standards, and that's one of those instances where the same thing where people are okay with that, and it still shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be going around punching random people, because then, okay, so what happened with Chris Rock, right? There's no one's gonna suffer anything from it, right? He's just able to go. That right there has just, even though people don't want it, it's opened the door for that kind of behavior to become somewhat acceptable or someone forgiving, from here on forward. So, and then that's usually when things starts, snowballing. So I don't know.
Copycats and stuff like
it's
that.
just a stupid thing.
Well, do you think there should be consequences? And what do you
Well,
guys think?
there
Yeah,
should be.
yeah.
Like if
What?
us Joe Schmoes did something like that, or had done something to us,
Mhm.
there would be some kind of consequence to that. Like if I go to a comedy show tonight and I see some guy making a joke about whoever in the audience, and that person steps up and punches him in the face or slaps him in the face, there's going to be consequences with that. But because we're not in a position of power and money like Chris Rock and Will Smith is, we're not going to get a free pass or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. So I don't think like the Oscars should be taken away because those are two different things, right?
yeah,
But I do believe what should have happened is as soon as he did that, he should have been escorted out. They should have taken him out of the building.
yeah,
All right. Because just like Ed said, any of us goes and assaults a performer, you're at the very least getting kicked out.
yeah.
You don't get to just go back to your seat and yell at the guy you just assaulted again.
And win a cookie later,
You know what I mean?
30 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I definitely think he should get punished for it. And I'm not saying that he should.
But is there even a punishment he will get? He's basically
He's
he just
scot
gets
free
more.
at this point.
There's
No, not only is he scot free, his his notoriety level is like risen. You know what I mean? Like no, this is not negatively impacting him. Trust me.
I mean,
not.
I would say some it has.
It's with some, but there's a lot of people out there.
I don't
supporting
know.
like this.
He's
he's Hollywood elite. Let's keep it a
Easily,
buck. Let's keep it a
easily,
buck.
yeah.
He's a Hollywood elite. He even no one people are not going to be like, oh, we're not going to put Will Smith in our movie because he slaps.
Oh, he's gonna keep
Oh
making.
no, I'm not
shows
saying
and
that.
everything.
I'm not saying
He's
that.
not going to lose any.
Facebook is not gonna drop
They're not
the
gonna
family.
drop
No, they're not.
They're not
No.
gonna drop
YouTube is
him.
not gonna stop doing his
They're
show.
not.
Whatever
So
the hell Will
nothing's
Smith
gonna
is
happen
doing.
to
No,
him.
nothing's gonna happen.
They're not gonna take away his Oscar.
No.
And whatnot. It's just not going to happen. Now, for me, do I think they should take away his Oscar? To an extent, yes, because I think that they should. They really need to put. I think by making him an example, it will deter people in the future from doing it. But at the same time, do I think he should keep it? Sure, because I mean that's still his work is still his work. He is still a champion. He is still like if you play basketball, if you just won the NBA finals, and then right after the NBA finals, or right before the NBA finals, you threw a drink in someone's face. They're not going to be like, oh, almost everybody's an NBA final, but you, or an NBA champion, but you. They're going to still give you a ring. You might, go to jail, may not, whatever. So it doesn't matter. I think at the end of the day, I just think that me personally, do I understand Will slapping another man for disrespecting his wife or what he thought disrespected his wife? Sure. Now, would I necessarily do that for my wife? Absolutely not, because of the fact that if I have and I told my wife this, I have a hard line of words don't hurt my feelings. Like if you say you're a fat N-word and this, that, and the other and curse me out, I'd be like, dang, you're an asshole, but I'll keep moving. Like that ain't gonna affect me. But if you threaten physical violence, thank you.
That's a whole other level.
But if you threaten violence against me and my wife, if you're even saying it verbally, and I brought up a situation where my wife was having a conversation with somebody, and this conversation, even though it was joking, she was having this conversation with another man. It got kind of spicy, and I had to correct the man. I'm like, yo, you don't talk to my wife like that. But then I got on my wife like, don't ever put me in a situation where I have to defend you by you just being reckless at the mouth. And I think with Jada, a lot of problems that maybe Will feels the way that he does is because of the fact that I feel like Jada put a lot of her business out there where now people are commenting on it, joking.
Yes.
And then after years and years and years, it builds up. And as a man, I know that I can only take so much. I'm just, I've gotten mad. Yes. I mean, people have like joked on me and I'm like, oh, that's funny. Yeah. But then they kept the joke going for like 30, 40, 50 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm about to,
turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, I get mad. But I won't physically assault those people. I will.
This shit has been building up.
It's been building up for a while. So I just think, because there's a line, and I think that Will, even though was Chris Rock's joke tame, yes, did it maybe rub Jada wrong? And as a man, will you defend your woman because of the fact, or defend your partner because what if you're gay or whatever?
He could have used his words. Yeah, if he would have used his words, that would have been
nothing.
Respectful.
It would have been
like, hey. Shut the fuck up about my wife or something. That makes sense.
Even better, what Will should have done, this is what I would have done. I would have went up there and then I would have said something of the extent of, yo, that was a funny joke, but hey, millions of women or millions of people suffer from alopecia, respect people, just make sure, it's funny, but hey, support this. Yeah, no. But the thing is this, is it better to put out an image of you? Because the thing is not even more so, not even about, because I think Hollywood in general, they're just pussies because everybody gave him a standing ovation, act like it was cool.
I can't believe it. Yeah, right afterwards. It's like, what the fuck?
But the thing is, what really got me is that now for Will, people know, like when you allow people to push your buttons and you act upon it, especially when it's just like words, because a lot of people are pussy. They're not going to actually physically assault you. A lot of people are just not built like that. And that's cool. Like we live in a civilized society. You don't have to.
That's a civilized society. Exactly.
But the thing is now that people know that words get to you. So what if now hecklers come out and be like, hey, your wife's, look at that bald bitch. Now what are you gonna do?
And it's already started.
Yeah,
and it's gonna keep on growing now because of that.
Yeah, because now people know what gets to you, and now that you've allowed that to happen, now you've given them gateway. Now, I'm not saying you give people a pass, but I think Chris Rock, slap his ass after the show, slap his ass in private, confront him in private. But now that you did that on the world stage, everybody knows what takes you off. So I think it was a sucker move overall. I will and
do what you did. Talk to the guy face to face and tell him, hey, that was fucked up. And to be honest, I don't just seeing, because, I used to listen to Chris Rock a lot and just kind of seeing his body of work. I'm fairly positive that Chris Rock thought it was just aesthetic choice that Jada made.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew that she had alopecia.
If he really knew,
I didn't know she had alopecia.
I didn't know either.
I knew she had it. I didn't know if that was still the reason why she cut her hair short was because of that. And
it's because of that. I found out. Yeah.
I know people who have alopecia, and I know women who have alopecia, and I talked to them about this, and they were just like, "Yo." Like, yeah, it sucks going bald, and I'm all about normalizing women going bald. Like the whole having fake hair and all that bullshit. Like most men don't give a shit about that. Most men don't want all that fake hair. But if a woman's bald headed, I think we need to normalize it as a society a little bit more. But
we should. And look, she looks good.
Yeah, she looks good. Like
she looks good. She looks good. She still looks good.
She looks good. Yeah.
But at the same point, I think they're so self-centered that they think everyone knows everything about them, or that everyone pays attention to them.
Yeah.
Where they believe that everyone knows that she had alopecia. I never knew she had alopecia. I honestly thought it was a style choice.
I think the problem is that people think everybody wants to take things as personal attacks. Like making like an alopecia joke. Like, come on, man. That's not that serious. Like, there was a guy, the guy that I listened to.
But Chris Rock doesn't come across a guy that would do that.
He's not.
That would go for like super.
If he really wanted to go after her, there's many other things he could go after than just an alopecia joke. That's.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I know a guy that I don't know a guy. I listened to a guy who had testicular cancer. He said Chris Rock came at him talking about, you look at, your balls are lopsided because you only got one ball or something like that. He would be like, no, it's kind of funny. He's like, he's like there's, and I know it's not for everybody and so forth, but it's an alopecia joke. Her medical condition isn't life threatening. She isn't gonna die tomorrow because of it. Yes, it can be embarrassing, but people are acting like he said, like, hey, you have cancer, you're gonna die tomorrow. I think that's funny. He made a joke that maybe he didn't understand the reason behind it, but come on, man. Like, there are more things.
And he made the joke at one of the most powerful families in Hollywood.
Like, they should be able to take a joke.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the last thing I'll put on it is that, he made a joke. But the thing is, Chris Rock, big kudos to him. We've been talking about Will.
Yes.
Big kudos to Chris Rock, because Chris Rock, first off, he already foretold that he was going to get his ass whooped before on his show a long time ago, where he got jumped by Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, like Michael Jackson. He got jumped by a whole bunch of people for making jokes. So kudos to him for telling.
He's used to it. It's not strange.
But the thing is that, I mean, he took the hit, and a lot of people, I know they were retaliated instantly. He took the hit and he kept it moving. And for the most part, I don't think Chris Rock has said anything publicly about the hit since then.
No.
So
he has declined to press charges and everything.
Yeah.
He's the basic out of this whole situation. He's the much, much bigger man in this whole thing. The bigger person, I should say. He's the bigger person.
Yeah, and he's gotten more support now. In Hollywood, he probably didn't. He's probably privately getting a lot of support, because Hollywood's pussy. Like, when
people want to work, they're not gonna go against a family that can make or break their jobs.
Yeah, like when Ricky Gervais made all those jokes about Harvey Weinstein and Epstein and so forth. And pretty much he called all the people sitting in the Hollywood like, yo, you guys are pedos and rapists pretty much, because of the fact that you knew this was going on. You guys didn't say anything. Nobody got out of their chair and slapped him and so forth. So, this whole thing going on is nothing new. And, I hope that in the future, comedians still continue to do this, because if we get to a point where we can't make jokes about this and blow it up, it's going to be kind of a scary situation.
That's my thought about it too. Like, I think we're at the point where, like, comedy is partially about dark humor and roasting someone and stuff like that. Yes,
but there should be a wide variety of comedy. We should just have the super woke, clean comedy. It would be the most boring thing on earth.
And that exists.
And it's very boring.
And it's not.
That's what I'm saying. It does exist. So we need the wide range of it. We need the super woke, unfunny comedy to the dark, messed up, funny comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, the dark, messed up, funny comedy is actually the funniest. I mean, it is
because that's what helps you laugh. You laugh about things that's shitty things that are happening to you. It's good to make fun of them because it kind of relieves that stress.
Yeah, it does.
It would suck if we just made fun of like great things that happen to you. Then where's the fun in that?
There's no fun in that. It's not funny. No. And one thing I'll say, this last part, I noticed that when it double standard when it comes to women and men with like mental health. Like a lot of things were said about Will that no, he never got really any support about it. But like if it was said to Jada, then people like back her up and try to support her and soothe her and stuff like that. But when it comes to Will, he gets the backlash for it. I know some people who
it happened. It
happened
when they had that stupid talk about what is it,
the rapper or whatever.
No, what is she saying? Entanglement.
Right? Yeah, that's August.
Yeah.
Entanglement.
Yeah.
When they had that segment, poor Will, you could see he was really distressed about it.
Well, he said he was tired.
Everyone clowned on him.
Well, he said he was tired.
Everyone clowned. Well, that's what he says.
Yeah, but we're gonna give it.
Come on.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on.
Yeah.
But everyone clowned on him. There was very little support for him emotionally and mentally, as as a person or what he was going through. Everyone was just clowning on him.
Yeah.
But as soon as Jada rolled her eyes on the red, on the red carpet, and everybody, like Creamcast said, turns into a white knight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you gotta defend the poor, defenseless women because they can't obviously take care of themselves, right?
Yeah, that's a
double standard.
Double standard is crazy. But hey, it's over. Hopefully, the one thing I want to get off of this situation, I want to learn from this situation is turn off my fucking social media when shit like this happens. Because literally for the past 2 days, my timeline has been filled with nothing but slap memes. And I love a good meme. And I love a good meme like the day after.
There are some good ones.
But then like 2-3 days later,
Thank you, Aldo.
It gets me a very bitter taste in my mouth. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, can we talk about okay, he got slapped. Like there's many people out here in this world that get slapped all day. Like they get slapped like a bitch. And I'm saying Chris Rock's a bitch, but they get bitch slapped. And keep it going on. And I'm just like, it's just ridiculous. Like I just want to move back to regular world. And very last thing, stop promoting and stop looking up to these people, like these celebrities, as fucking like they're role models. They're Gandhi.
They're not.
I'm like,
they're
God, like
delusional people who have a life that none of us
will ever live,
can even contemplate or live.
We don't live in their
They
world.
live in a different world.
Yeah. So the rules that they abide by, people keep trying to put them into our realm. Like, yes, if you're at a wedding and someone slaps the shit at you, 9 times 10, there's gonna be a huge ass fight. If you're at a funeral and someone slaps you, you'll be rolling on some bodies. Like there's a whole bunch of shit that's gonna happen. So like this whole like, oh man, I want to be on like he's my role model. Now I don't look up to him no more. Like if you think Will Smith is your role model, and that's who you want to look up to in your life,
you're an idiot.
There's so many other people.
We're all flawed, famous or not. Yeah. If you're looking up to these famous guys, they're probably doing things behind our backs we have no idea about.
Yeah,
I mean,
we just said it.
But
most powerful person in the world, Harvey Weinstein, fucking just sexually assaulting everyone left and right.
He's doing some weird shit out there.
And all these actors, again, that are so high and mighty, were fine turning a blind eye to him because because they'll still be able to get jobs.
Yeah. So let's get off this dumbass topic and Will Smith and all of them. But talking about some slappers. The next thing we're gonna talk about was definitely Slap City and how fucked up this person looked, and that's the Batman scene with the new Joker. Holy shit!
My god!
I get these scars.
That Joker. I mean, he's had some rough days, and I'm here for it. I'm not gonna lie.
All I know is that the next version of the Joker that's gonna have Batman in it is just gonna be a slab of meat with cancer tumors growing out of it. Because each new version of the Joker keeps getting more and more fucked up. Why can't we have a refined Joker like the cartoons again? You know what I mean? Why does it have to keep getting grosser and grosser and grosser when it comes to the movie Joker?
I think it's the inspiration. I do like it. I think it's inspiration from Ledger. That's what I
wouldn't say that. I think it's literally inspiration because the Joker's whole thing, he was put into a vault of acid. He fell into some chemical mix into an acid that bleached his skin and made him crazy and blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you're going to look at anybody with some nasty ass, like if you get acid thrown on your body, you're going to be disfigured. And
but not like that though. We've seen acid victims. Acid victims have a very smooth, obviously a horrible disfigurement, but their skin becomes very smooth and almost like it has like a melted look to it.
Full scar
it does. It's not all they don't look like they have, they're a walking cancer tumor.
Yeah, he does
You know
look
what I mean?
like a
So
big pile of pus, and
yeah.
you just look like if he lays his head down, it's gonna get soaked in pus. I mean, he had tufts of hair everywhere. I like
Oh
this.
my god.
I like this Joker. He looks disgusting.
Gross.
He is the evolution of Heath Ledger for sure. He definitely doesn't embody.
This was probably Creamcast's favorite Joker. Because
Really?
he loves his dark,
yes, dark,
menacing,
Okay, yeah.
whatever.
I don't know why you guys think I'm just saying.
God forbid you can't have a Joker with like a good outfit like in the cartoon and all slick and put together.
Or Ray,
guys
what's
are
his
assholes.
name, Romero?
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
the bar's been raised, so they have to keep trying to do
Make him
something
grosser.
different.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
look
I
at
mean, they got to
Joaquin
go in a
Phoenix.
different direction.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker. That was your refined Joker, right?
That's a
Well,
clean Joker.
that's a standalone. I'm talking about movies, Batman.
No.
movies.
You didn't say standalone.
Yeah.
No. Don't
Yeah, and
move
then
the
I said
goalposts
Batman
now.
movies.
Oh,
I mean, you're
okay,
talking about
okay.
Joker as
I
a
did say
character,
Batman
so
movies
I
as
mean,
Batman movies,
yeah.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, his Joker was a clean Joker, which
Yeah,
was
it was a clean
good.
Joker.
I'm not gonna lie, like
It was good.
that Joker. If we had that in the Batman, that would make.
I wouldn't mind.
I would like it.
Dark Side.
Yeah.
Why are you saying?
He doesn't like that
I wasn't
Joker. He already
yeah, I wasn't
said
a big
it.
fan of that.
Oh yeah,
I definitely need to watch that film again, but I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of that.
I'm surprised.
I
you didn't
think he's a
like it.
great actor, but something didn't click with me.
Mm.
I don't know what it
I'm
is.
surprised you didn't like
I
it.
definitely have to watch it again to get contextualize, but just never clicked.
No, I see.
I mean, when it comes to realism,
It
that's
was
a very
too on
realistic
the.
Joker.
It was too like on the.
medical,
Like it was
psychiatric-
exactly what I thought. That film was exactly what I thought it would be, and I was not surprised through the entire film. And I think I was mostly disappointed when I got out of it. He's a great actor, and I know it was a great performance. It's just that it was such a, for me, it was such a very
underwhelming.
textbook kind of depiction of like this. I mean, when the movie, like when it came out, I was like, oh, this like mental illness was a big thing about it. I mean, like maybe I've read too many comic books, but like this deep dive into Joker is something that maybe just didn't click for me.
I think it is because before this there was no examination of how fucked up he was mentally until they did this standalone movie.
Yeah,
so
it was
you're
an
right. Maybe because you've
depiction.
seen, if you read enough comics, you've seen the wide gamut of like Jokers. And
He's a very
how
interesting
physically
character. Yeah,
He is. He is very interesting.
and here's the one thing I do despise. I despise the explanation of Joker's origin. Like
That's what I was gonna say.
like the ambiguity of it. So I'm not a fan of whenever they go into it. It just makes me.
Yeah, but then you
Uninterested,
also gotta keep in mind
disgusted.
that the narrator of the movie, the Joker, is an unreliable narrator in the
True,
Phoenix movie.
but they're showing me something that I don't like. Like I said,
They're showing you things that you believe are true, but it doesn't necessarily make them true because half the movie, the review.
True, but then you should.
Untrue.
I agree.
That was a great touch.
Then I think one of the big points in that regard is where are the hints that there is that what you're seeing is not the truth. Like, I mean, it seemed
At the
very.
end. At the
What
end.
was it? I know there were some scenes where, like, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched it. Remember when he kills the
nurse or whatever.
the nurse. That was like something like that.
It's about the psychiatrist at the end where
At the end.
she's like he's like, I got a joke, and she's like, well, what, tell me what's so funny. He's like, you wouldn't get it anyways. You talking about that one? Or you talking about the part where I don't know whether nurse
not the joke itself, just the where he's at.
where
Like
he's walking in blood, like his bloody footsteps.
Well, not just even that,
I don't remember,
but just him being there and him telling the story in that room. It's like, okay, he's been there the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Was he making his up? Or something like that?
Sure.
Yeah. But I think
definitely needs a revisit. Now, you know what? I know I have to give it another shake. But.
Yeah. So again, the movie makes it seem like it's like a story that you can follow along, but halfway when they start making revelations about things that didn't happen and you actually saw them, it clues you into the fact that it's very unreliable. So you
I'll
don't
revisit
know if it's
it and
actually
see
happening.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
True.
I would not have. I did hate the whole, like in the Joker when they. I mean, we're talking about Joaquin Phoenix as opposed to the actual movie, the Batman. But with Joaquin Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix, I loved his Joker. I hate the fact that they did the whole Bruce Wayne, like he might be Thomas Wayne's son. I thought that was kind of stupid, but I mean, his Joker, I think will fit very well into the Batman universe because he is that grounded, crazy, but he's grounded in reality where it fits like with Batman fighting these local thugs and he's doing street level stuff. I think this Joker at being a street level influencer, I think would be really good. But I mean,
and he would have rallied more people to his cause, the Joaquin Phoenix, because you're grabbing someone that's in a fucked up society, which was basically the 80s New York, and putting him into this new Gotham of the Batman where it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
And if that Joker started killing like police officers and Wall Street bankers and everything, people would have rallied behind him much more.
Absolutely.
So you would be able to like bring it in.
What kind of like this 5-minute trailer or scene we saw, I think this Joker's
deleted scene.
I think this Joker's already established.
Yeah, he's
not established.
Wait,
or he's already done some stuff.
Wait, yeah, he got captured.
He's done some stuff, but he's not established.
He's not the Joker. Yeah, he's not
his final form.
Well,
the one thing I'm glad of though, when they asked the director is it was only like a side kind of story thing.
Yeah.
And he said that in the next movie he's not gonna be the villain, which I am happy.
I'm happy about that.
I don't want to see another Joker for right now. They have such a deep roster of villains that they can easily pick another one that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I'm going with the look of the Joker. I agree with you guys. It's different. There is, I don't know if you guys read the Scott Snyder comic book where Joker cuts his face off and then he puts it back on and he pulls it to the point where it's a smile.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool looking. You're looking at like different ways to depict the Joker. Like you're talking about this cancerous version of him. Where, by the way, the director did say that it's a birth, like it's a defect he's born with. Also, there's like a laugh, like like a constant laugh, like unconscious.
Okay.
So it's like I don't know how that plays into the character, but it's a different take, and I don't know where they can go with that. But yeah, I did like the idea that he's not going to be a major, like we're not going to see Joker as the second, but he exists. Like I like,
it's just to establish that it's a full Gotham already with criminals.
And like we talked about in the Batman review, none of the villains died. They're all being like collected and amassed. Like,
Arkham,
at Arkham. So like that idea is cool that it's a living, breathing. They're playing off each other.
It brought him a good point though. Like Falcone didn't make it. But
but none of the costume villains. The main rogues gallery is interacting, and they interact with each other.
Crimcast, did you rewatch the Batman yet or not? Oh, he's on the.
Who was this goofy Joker?
What happened?
Oh, did you rewatch the Batman yet?
The Batman? No, I did not rewatch the Batman.
No.
I am definitely looking forward to that.
You should.
I think it would give better clarity. How I felt about the movie at the time.
Yes.
But
because it gave me some self-reflection with Catwoman, where it has changed my view on Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Where you're right. I don't know why I didn't like her the first time, but when I watched it again, she's a very good Selena Kyle. Like an extremely good Selena Kyle. Yeah. I think the only thing that irked my comic book stupid mind was that she didn't have the cat ears. But if they can somehow still work it in, if they just give her the damn headpiece, she would probably be my top.
It's so stupid. Granted, think how crazy it is that we have
I know, but we're talking about a guy that dresses like a bat.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
It will fit. It will fit.
It will fit because she's inspired by him. Yeah. It absolutely fits.
Yeah, I mean,
but it definitely it bumped her up way up, like the way she carried herself and everything. So I think a rewatch will help Creamcast at least,
Yeah, I think
because I know you weren't too hot about the movie the first time.
Yeah, I wasn't hot about the movie. I just didn't like the fact that, I just didn't like the movie. I thought she was a great Catwoman. I mean, I would say, when I think about, once we went back to the Catwoman episode before, I thought about it some more. And
great episode.
Yeah, the Catwoman episode by far one of the best episodes.
It was uploaded, so it's out there if you guys want to listen to it. For our listeners.
Zoe Kravitz, I mean, even though Michelle Pfeiffer is still the Selena Kyle that everybody nostalgia wise listens to and
I think
or
it's
who looks up
the
to.
costume
The
is what we're all
costume,
in love
right.
with. The
But
costumed Catwoman
yeah,
that Pfeiffer was.
but if Zoe Kravitz, if they can find
Told
a
you
cat,
she's got the outfit down. It's just the headpiece.
yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
The rest of her is good.
If they can get her a good
The way she
Catwoman,
moved and everything was
perfect. If they can give her the perfect outfit, she will be the best Catwoman, I think. And I think a lot of people in general feel the same way.
Well, remember, she is
in movies,
a broke
Dark
girl.
Side, before you start shooting down the.
Remember, she's a broke
Dark
girl
Side
who
was about to
can't
disagree.
afford, cat ears. I mean, you saw the rent
Yeah, you
bill.
can.
It was like,
she can. She stole
Yeah,
money.
you can.
She was stealing
Yeah.
money
What
from
are
her
you
dad.
talking about?
that was
She's like a billionaire.
That was
The opening of the movie, everyone had Halloween costumes.
Yeah,
She can easily modify a Halloween costume.
well, we didn't know she started like robbing people until we saw her robbing people. I mean, for all we know, that could have been like maybe something she picked up again. I don't know.
Look, she can afford.
I think it's fairly
cat ears.
established she's a cat
not gonna
burglar.
break the
I mean,
bank
she's
trying
fairly
to put on
skilled
cat
here.
ears.
Yeah, she's established.
she just has safe cracking equipment that she just keeps on
I
as
said
a
pick
hobby.
up again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
Batman, I think even
pretty
in the Batman,
established.
he even said that she was a cat burglar. Didn't he? Didn't he say that?
I think so.
She's
Yeah,
a cat
yeah,
burglar.
say
That's
something
the
like
whole.
cat burglar.
She's like,
That's the
I don't-
inspiration of her.
She was like,
Yeah.
She's like, that's a stupid name or something like that. So I mean, either way, I mean, this 5-minute deleted clip, I'm glad they didn't include it in there. Mainly because
I'm happy to. It would have been
didn't-
too many cooks in the kitchen, too
Yeah.
much stuff
Yeah.
going on.
I really like the fact that they focus on the Riddler. I didn't want to see a whole bunch of, kind of like what they did with, Batman Begins, where they added and
you gotta ease us into the world. You
Yeah.
can't just throw like 20 villains at us at once.
Yeah, I don't know when this scene takes place, but like the Joker, like Hannibal Lecter's and takes down the Riddler. Like he analyzes and pretty much lays out
Yeah.
yeah.
the
Within like
Riddler.
5 minutes.
Like, so I don't
Yeah.
know at one point in the movie this is deleted from, but if it's early on and as you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, the Joker was right the whole time. It does distract from the Riddler. If
Yeah, exactly.
It does distract from the
but it's cool. The idea of this is cool that Batman goes to the Joker
Riddler.
to consult
I mean, to
on
the
a serial
Joker,
killer
sorry.
case. That's such a cool idea.
he's going through the detective Batman phase where he can't figure this shit out on his own. So he's gonna go to somebody. Like he's good against fighting crime, but he's not good at necessarily profiling these, obviously insane people. He's insane people. So I do enjoy the fact that it's a good touch. I mean, I'm glad that they released the deleted scene because of the fact.
I'm
that
glad too.
you
It was cool.
it's cool because it gives Batman's naivete some gravity.
Yeah.
Like you see that he's really growing to the point where he has to reach out to the this insane guy with a skin condition, not alopecia, but a skin condition.
Hey, you keep your what's it called? You keep his name out of your fucking mouth.
I'm sorry. I won't talk about the Joker no more. But no, it just shows. I really love that it adds complexity. More
It
so,
adds complexity
because we didn't see that in the Dark. We did see that in the Dark Knight to an extent in Dark Knight Rises, but this level of like psychological stuff or psychological what would be the good word? Psychological
depth.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, psychological depth. This is not just fisticuffs. This is literally mental
games,
mind games.
Yeah, thinking Batman, not the Batman that just starts shouting and
a detective.
Even though that's what he literally does at the end of the movie.
No, that's what he does at the end, but at least we see him like actually investigating a case, which was cool.
Yeah, that's what I love.
And I think I think they would have been able to keep that scene if it had been another villain. Because the bad thing is when you bring someone with that much weight as the Joker, like Creamcast said, if you had the Joker in there and then you just took him out, the rest of the movie we would have all been like, where's the Joker? What happened to the Joker? We would have been focusing on it. But if they had grabbed another villain that maybe wasn't as familiar with everyone, it would have worked.
Would you think it would have been cool if they had the scene but kept the Joker in the dark, so you don't know who he's consulting with till the end scene with the Riddler, and then you're like, "Oh, that was the Joker."
That would be kind of
that would have worked. That would have worked.
I think it would have worked if like you saw him in the dark, but then when he when goes to grab the papers, you see his hands like kind of like coming out to grab the paper, and you see like all his messed up fingers.
Well, I think in the end scene, I think what tipped everyone out, he mentioned something about everyone thinks you're a clown, and everyone's like, "Oh,
a clown," and then he
Joker.
started
Joker,
laughing,
yeah.
and then it was like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
Laughing,
joke."
yeah.
Oh, and to Cascade, I think that if that
Cascade's
scene-
on.
Yeah, I'm reading the stuff. I think
Right.
if that scene was in there, because he pretty much gave away the whole thing, Joker.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I would say he pretty much did.
No, he
That's
profiled
what-
the guy, but he
profiled,
didn't say, "Oh, it's this guy." He just profiled who it was.
Yeah, and then he actually kind of profiled Batman at the same time too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like this dual profiling, and you know, it kind of got it seemed like it got under Bruce's
Which is
skin.
good because it's one of the few villains that can actually push Batman's buttons.
Well, we know he
The
actually
Joker.
did. Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that he's actually pushed Batman over the edge. So of
Mhm.
all people
Yeah.
that were going to do it, it would be the Joker. And like
Yeah.
I said, let's not do the Joker. Let's do something else. And now, if the
Yes.
Joker's in the background, I think that if they say they do this as a trilogy, if the Joker is like the penultimate evil bad guy at the end, that would be cool. But let's give Joker a rest.
Let's see some other guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
let's see some other villain,
yeah,
like a new villain.
Calendar
You know?
Man. Let's put Calendar Man in.
Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But the thing is,
yeah.
but they had to do it in a good way. They had to do
Like
Calendar Man.
Zazaz.
Zaz. Yeah, with all the stars
Zaz.
and yeah.
He
the
would fit
numbers.
great into this movie as serial
would.
killer.
I
Yeah.
think Calendar Man will do really well, especially with the detective.
Zaz
Batman.
can't carry a movie though. The thing is,
No, but I'm saying in regards to like if you want to keep adding villains to it,
But I'm saying Calendar Man
Zaz would be cool
good.
like as a side villain.
I don't think
Calendar
he can
Man,
carry a movie alone.
Calendar Man could absolutely carry a movie on his own. Because
I'm
if
trying
he,
to think who would be able to
but-
carry a movie.
but the movie would have to expand.
I
a
don't
long
think
period.
Calendar Man can carry.
But they have to
movie.
expand like kind of how they did with the Long Halloween. They have to
Yeah, I would say
have to
in
expand for a year.
yeah in
Humpty Dumpty would for sure carry a whole movie as a villain.
I think
No.
Calendar Man would be cool if they decided to introduce Holiday, which they can do Holiday
They can.
because they have Falcone,
Yeah,
and they can
Falcone
introduce
is dead.
right, but
Yeah.
his family is alive.
family
Yeah,
isn't.
so yes.
Sure.
Selena-
being
Yeah.
being
Selena-
a fake fan, you would know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but Selena.
just saying.
But what if they?
You know who I
changed
want
it?
to see? The
Selena-
daughter. I want to see the daughter. The daughter is
I mean,
so
Sophia?
She's fucking
Yeah.
yoked.
she's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yoked, and
Yeah.
she's ruthless
Yeah,
too,
She
which I
is
love.
really-
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
but what if they did where Selena Kyle comes back and Holiday wants to take her out just because she's a child of Falcone? That could bring her back. I don't know what they plan to do with Selena if they're continuing to build her story up. That would be cool if they did. If they stop it here, I'll be fine with that as well.
Yeah.
No, she's definitely signed on for
You
like
think so?
3 more films.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
either way, I mean,
Very much so.
I mean, I think this trailer gives us perspective. Of
Deleted
what,
scene.
Yeah, the deleted scene. I believe that it gives us a lot of perspective of a little bit more perspective into the world of Gotham, and that Arkham Asylum is not just an empty prison at the moment, or mental asylum.
Yeah,
at
with
the
just
moment.
one prisoner.
Yeah, with just
and
one
there's
prisoner.
more.
Yeah, because we already established that this is not this is like what year 2 Batman. So at this point, he's already captured some people. So Arkham is being filled up as we speak. So now we see that Arkham, because I think in like even like Batman Begins and every other Batman live action, Arkham was really getting filled at that time. There was the people that were in like Arkham were just regular ass people, nobody special, and they were getting filled at the moment, as opposed to, hey, there's a ton of people. Now we're going to actually explore that world and who they are. So really dope concept. I'm actually very
really,
happy
really
about
cool.
it.
And supposedly they're looking at Mr. Freeze, right, for the next one.
Oh,
I
what?
think-
I mean, it's very
I think
early.
that's a
It's
red
very
herring.
early.
I thought it was Two-Face that they were looking into.
Well, everybody,
No.
That would be cool.
Matt Reeves said Mr. Freeze.
Hey,
But
awesome.
I think that's a very big red herring. I think he's just trying to put that out.
He's just
So,
trying to throw everyone off.
Cascade
I
said-
mean-
Could be true. The thing is, Mr. Freeze, like done in the animated series way with that, like we've never had that Mr. Freeze, and I get that.
yeah.
But I don't know
Mad
if
Hatter.
that would
That's hard-
work
that's hard
with
to do.
this.
Mad Hatter,
this type of
Mad
Batman.
Hatter could do it. Cascade
Yeah.
says, "Did you guys catch the Joker jumpsuit that said Arkham Hospital, not Asylum?"
Yes,
Yeah.
it's at Arkham Hospital on the back.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
yeah. At the
I only
beginning,
watched-
when they show his back, it says hospital.
yeah, I've only watched it. I think
Says-
once or twice.
Yeah.
I didn't pay enough attention to it. I was more focused on like what they were saying. But that's pretty
I
cool.
watched
didn't
that
know
clip a bunch of times. That's why I was like, all right.
Maybe that's why they nixed the scene, because they're like, Arkham Hospital, fucking noobs. Like, this supposed to be Arkham Asylum. Like, get out.
They're
All the
gonna
nerds
think
started
we're they're gonna
writing
think we're fake fans.
Yeah, fake fans.
They're gonna think we're like the Ed Underground.
Yeah, I was
with
like,
wrestling.
yeah,
It's
Ed,
fake all around.
Ed Underground, did you shoot that
False.
scene?
I am the true fan.
Yeah, Matt Reeves was
I'm
afraid
the
of being
true fan.
ridiculed on the Blurred podcast.
Yeah.
I am the true
He's an
fan.
avid listener. He only listens to us via VPN. He doesn't want people to know that we're onto him.
Yeah.
Take your name off my. Or,
Say it.
yeah, I'm
Just
not gonna
say
curse.
it.
No, I'm gonna curse. I don't curse.
Ed
Go
doesn't
on.
curse. He's such a good
Okay.
guy. All right, so talking about now we got off the Batman. Unless you guys have anything more you want to add, but now we're gonna talk about some really big news, something that we've been waiting for a long time. We have been speculating. There has been rumors. There have been blogs, gossip, but now
Code
it's finally
names.
here. Code names.
Spartacus.
Now we finally have it. It is the new PlayStation Game Pass Premier Evolution. Absolutely mind-boggling.
Oh yeah, it is.
Reality bending. No, it's cool. So today actually it came out that PlayStation has finally pushed out their new subscription service.
Is it new?
Well, it's new. I mean, they're blending in too. I mean, Xbox is the same thing. They did it.
There's a couple major differences which we'll have to talk about.
No, I'm saying
one of them at least.
But now they've taken their PlayStation Plus and PS Now, they combined it together to come with the love child that is now called
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, that's all. They no imagination. Like, I can understand. This is what took months. They took them months to figure out. Like, holy shit, what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it PlayStation Spartacus? No, let's just make it PlayStation Plus.
I don't think they were really sweating.
Surprised they give it a
I think
number or
PlayStation
something.
Plus is a solid name.
No, PlayStation
I
Plus
didn't
is
think they
very
wanted to get rid
solid.
of it.
It's already well known. It's been part of the PlayStation ecosystem for a while now, so no reason to recreate.
I think they have PlayStation Plus. They had PlayStation Now. I think adding a third name would confuse people even more. So the combining and just expansion of PlayStation Plus was probably just a more simpler idea.
It's the smartest idea, honestly. It's
then you're gonna confuse people if you start like renaming it over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or adding another service where people are like, what is this now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So PlayStation Plus came out. Now they have a brand new service, which is really awesome. Which we've talked about on the Blur podcast, something that they need to do for sure. But now with PlayStation Plus being the new PlayStation Plus, they have three levels, 3 tiers. So what they call flexible options. There's PlayStation Plus Essential, Extra, and then Premium. There is another one that's called PlayStation Deluxe. Those are for people that can't stream, or I'm assuming don't have great internet to be able to stream.
Yeah, to stream.
But very, very few markets are going to have that. But everybody else will have those 3 previous tiers of Essential, Extra, and then Premium. Pricing I think is pretty aggressive for what they're offering. So for PlayStation Plus Essential, it's $10 a month, and we're going by US. So for anybody that listens overseas, just convert it to whatever you need to convert it to.
And thank you for following.
Yeah, thank you for following. But Premium, so Essential is $10 a month. Extra is $15 a month, and then Premium is $18 a month. That's for month, and then yearly they do have different prices for those.
I was gonna say the yearly
cheaper.
subscription. Yeah,
you save money. So
yeah,
the Essential is $60 a year, Extra is $100 a year, and then Premium is $120 a year.
The Premium comes out to $10 a month if you just pay it in the yearly. You know what I mean? It's 120, right? So I mean, that's what I was looking at. I like the year discounts they put out there. So I think there's a lot of versatility in the pricing structure that they have out there.
Yeah.
Good.
No, go ahead, kick it off because
go ahead. Yeah.
No, because Ed Underground, when this was announced, because Ed Underground, he didn't realize this was even being announced today. So I posted in chat. And then, of course, the Underground, before he even reads the article, he was snickering and
No, I read it.
I know how fast you can read. That was not possible. That was a full page of text.
I was reading.
You responded instantly. You speed read.
But
before you speed read for keywords.
Yes.
Before you start speaking,
PlayStation Plus, I hate it. Xbox is better.
Before you start speaking, Dark Side, I'll say this and then I'll let you speak because there's something I was going to say about it. For Xbox to announce their thing on E3, make a big announcement about it, and for Nintendo to announce their thing, make a video about it. PlayStation, Sony, I don't think has confidence in their subscription service because they didn't make a video, they didn't make like a big E3 announcement. They just did a article. So
well, I mean, I agree with you in that regard. I think it's it speaks to what they feel about the product. I think I don't think that this would have existed without Game Pass. Like the idea of this, definitely would not have existed. They didn't have Game Pass is more created out of desperation. It's great and it's successful. But this they didn't need to do. PlayStation didn't need to do this. They had to do it because people were asking. So, I mean, the way I see it, you have like.
Oh, say that one more time.
You have what part?
It sounded like you said the same thing twice. You said that PlayStation didn't need to do this. They needed to do this.
They had to do it.
They had to do it.
Oh, sorry. They had to do it. They had to respond to Game Pass is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because people were asking the question.
Sure.
So I was thinking about this and I was like, I mean, imagine if you got two restaurants and one has an all-you-can-eat buffet. And the buffet is good, and you can have like burgers and pizza, and it's fine. And then across the street, there's like a steakhouse with like A5 Wagyu steak. And then people keep going across the street to the steakhouse, go like, "Hey man, why don't you have a buffet? Why don't you have a buffet?" They're like, "Man, we're a steakhouse. Why would we have a buffet? Have you seen our steaks?"
I was wondering where you're going with this. Okay,
So I feel like the steakhouse went and said, "All right, fine, we'll put out a fucking buffet," and they put out the buffet. And it's some good stuff in the buffet, 700 options, who's counting. But people are going to go in there and going like, hey, where's the A5 Wagyu steak?
Yeah.
That's not here on the buffet. Well, no, bitch. That's way better product. So you're going to have to pay for that. Yeah. And I think that's the difference with the two restaurants. That's a
great analogy, actually.
That's not a really
and
good
it's
analogy.
the confidence, like you said, it's the confidence in the product, like you said. Where at the buffet, they can give away their prime rib because it's, garbage. But when your steaks are winning steak of the year repeatedly, you don't give that steak away, baby.
No.
You can come in for the buffet.
No.
And the buffet is very nice. And it's many different price structures.
No.
But if you want that steak and you want the quality of that steak, then you buy that steak. Otherwise, there's prime rib across the street, buddy.
No,
see you later.
Chick-fil-A and Wendy's, they are
Watch him butcher this.
They're very confident in their product, but it seemed like McDonald's was not confident, so they didn't put out the same effort in their announcement as Chick-fil-A and Wendy's did. Nintendo and Xbox.
What?
All right, let me back to the
You're
actual
really
topic.
bad.
Because you do realize like McDonald's is still like the number one.
Yes, I know. Right.
It has the most real estate of any restaurant in the world.
All right, Xbox announced on E3 they announced their Game Pass, and they actually
back to the announcement.
And they actually showed some.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because I think that Game Pass is a big deal to Xbox, right?
Yeah, but I'm also saying
so they made a big show about it. But this is not a big deal to Sony.
But it should.
This is just something they had to do. This is what I'm telling you. They put the buffet out because people were asking, "Where's the buffet?" The other people have the buffet.
I would
That's what I'm saying.
With you if Nintendo didn't do the same thing. Nintendo did their own a whole direct about it. They did their
Nintendo does a direct about an Animal Crossing DLC. They'll do a whole direct. Nintendo's a bad example about announcements. Nintendo makes announcements where you're like, why did I watch this? And there are announcements where they make where you're like,
announcements worthy.
Yeah, why did I sit through this? Is Nintendo's
when Nintendo doesn't care about something enough.
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
but when
Nintendo's a bad example.
About something enough. No, but when they don't care about something enough, they'll just make a tweet about it or post it somewhere. But when it comes to something big as this, whether it be Zelda, Kirby, and in this case, their stream, whatever service is called.
Yeah, well, I
They
mean,
made
I
a
still
whole
stand by.
30-minute announcement about it.
I still stand by what I said. I think it's how the companies feel about the product that they're putting out there.
And I don't think they have confidence about it.
I think they have confidence. I don't think it's their bread and butter. I think it's just something they have to put out there. I think their bread and butter is still AAA Game of the Year releases, and that is, if they ever decide to, and what's his name, Jim Ryan? Was it Jim Ryan put it out there? President CEO. He specifically addressed why first party games won't come out, and he said,
"Which I think is no, I don't agree."
I think that makes a lot of sense for what he said.
No.
If you, because here's the thing, you have Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
And what's the expectation? You want constant new flow of products, and now Microsoft can afford to. Sure, Microsoft can afford to purchase studios.
Yeah,
and they're going to churn out product. PlayStation Studios and the first party studios, they're not as big, they're not as many. They take their time with their products. The games come out when they come out. They're nowhere near as big as Microsoft's first party studios. So you can rush your games, which PlayStation doesn't do. They take their time with it just for the sake of having the Game Pass product, or you can offer something else in equivalent, and what they're offering in equivalent, I think 700 games is a lot.
Which is more than what
Game Pass. You scroll through Game Pass, and it's like 50 games on there.
It's not 50 games on there. It's 100 plus games on there. That's not even including EA
sure,
Play, which
100
is 100
plus.
games.
Let's say it's 101
altogether. I did look it up.
400 some games.
Yeah,
well, 300 of those are PC. PlayStation coming out is going to come out with 700 plus games, and majority of those, depending on the tier, are going to be available for PC streaming as well, or console streaming as well.
Will this be on PC? Plus?
Not as. It's kind of the same thing like Game Pass, where there's going to be a certain number of games on PC.
Okay.
But the thing is that the one thing, this is the funny thing, like when Ed was celebrating, PlayStation coming out with their thing and how Xbox was so much better. The one thing that I have to agree with Sony.
Wait, repeat that?
I say when you were celebrating when PlayStation came out with their PlayStation Plus
announcement,
and you were celebrating about how well or how much better was Xbox
Game Pass was.
The one thing that, and you kept saying, "Oh, no first party exclusives at launch."
Yeah,
sure. I can, and that in of itself may seem like, oh man, that's a flex on us.
It's a big flex.
But the thing is this: let's be like, can we be completely
be honest? Go ahead, be honest. Yeah, let them know
what Xbox first party exclusives out today, not in the future, because you always want to be like, oh, the studios they bought, they're gonna come out with all this great stuff. What first party exclusive games are actually popular or good, to be honest, in the last 2-3 generations of Xbox?
Last 2 or 3 generations?
Yes.
I can't name the last 2 or 3
generations.
We know you can't.
Off the top of my head.
No.
We know you can't.
But PlayStation
hold on. I wasn't done.
He's done.
But
you're the worst Xbox fan. I swear to God, we can get somebody else in here.
He's speaking.
I'm speaking.
Shut the.
The first party games that came out since they started doing that has been really good. Halo, Forza, that one scary game I can't remember the name of. The one game I started playing recently. No, there's a lot of games out there.
Mario, Zelda, that other game I never heard of.
Tunic. I would have never picked up Tunic if it wasn't for Game Pass. Game Pass, it's been good. There's been other games. Dead by Daylight. I would never pick up Dead by Daylight. And those are games I would never have bought. But because it's on Game Pass, I play it constantly.
Now, can you imagine 700 games you've never played, baby?
And that's on there. And that's on there. But here's the thing also. This PlayStation thing, you can't even put you can't play PS3 unless it's on a streaming thing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because of the cell structure of the games.
There's communities out there. I can literally play a PlayStation 3 game on my Xbox through a website.
You can, but for it to run better, the PlayStation
runs great.
I mean, man, that's a compliment to the PlayStation. But the PlayStation 3 architecture was notoriously bad for just the way the games were designed and porting them over.
Communities out there for years where you can actually play an emulation of a PlayStation 3 game.
What?
Emulation.
A what?
He said it's good enough. It's good enough.
It's good enough, whatever.
Emulation.
You can play for years.
Emulation.
You can play a PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, to do 1-to-1 is one thing, but to stream.
But you're saying that a company, a multi-billion-dollar company, can't make a PlayStation 3 games accessible to download, but some 20-year-old, 19-year-old kid can do it on their computer? Come on.
I'm saying, is it worth the time to do it? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But why are you so? Why are you so stressed about that? Why are you so stressed?
No, there's more to that. There's more in the whole first party titles thing. I think that's a cop out because they're saying that they're basically saying a Game Pass is not the way, not whatever. If that was the case, then Game Pass wouldn't be so successful.
No, I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Game Pass is it has the studios to do that, where it can constantly produce.
Putting our own games into this service or any of our services upon their release, as you know, this is not a road that we've gone down in the past, and it's not a road that we're going to go down with this new service. We feel if we do that with the games that we make, PlayStation Studios, that cycle will be broken. If that was the case, Game Pass wouldn't be successful. If they think,
I think they're talking about themselves, not the overall.
Yeah, they're not
structure.
talking about Game Pass.
Well, no, they kind of are. If they this is the reason why they're not putting their first party games. Let's say what's the new.
Well, I mean, there's more to that quote, and you didn't read the whole thing. But what he was saying is, they don't want to compromise the product, and that has been the release structure of PlayStation games. They take their time with the first party games. They don't rush them, and they're not. I don't want them to be beholden to I don't want them to be beholden to a calendar where they have to release a product because PlayStation Plus needs the game on January. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying to rush games. I'm saying like keep it the same time. But I'm saying like, okay, here's this service.
You're saying whenever it releases, it should be there.
It should. It should.
But
you're paying more for this than you pay for Game Pass. It should.
I know, but that's not how business works. If you're
working well for Game Pass.
Because Microsoft is a large corporation that can burn money.
And it's a different model.
It's a different model
for
too.
A different model, yeah.
But is it or is it not working for Game Pass?
Only because they have the money to do it.
But all right, so Sony has the money to do it too. They're choosing not to. And so here's my perspective. I think it's because
Sony doesn't have the ability to do that. No, that's wrong. They don't have the infrastructure.
They don't have the money to do that. They don't have the money to have a game on its same schedule.
Not to do that and can keep the quality of their product intact and not compromise. They could, but the quality of that product would be compromised.
What quality? No one is saying like rush the game. No one is saying that. We're
but
saying
you have to because this is the business of it. You have to meet the expectation. Once you put the expectation out there, you will have to meet the expectation.
Well,
Sony's first-party studios aren't producing the amount of games that you want them to produce. And if you want the quality and time for those games to come out and retain the teams and the detail that they have, they need to be bought. If you make it a free product, and another major thing is that they're not games for service. They are single-player experiences. The majority of PlayStation games are single player experiences.
Okay.
They're you play it once and you're done. Whereas Forza, the new Halo, they're designed to get money out of you. They're free to play games, or they're in the free to play model. So they're trying to like get more stuff out of you over time. And that's fine.
No,
Destiny's an example like that too. But what I'm saying is when you play God of War, you're playing God of War. That's it. There's no like consistent reason to come back. I mean, they could do DLC, but they don't. I mean, they haven't done it. So
there's tons of games that were for first party AAA that were one player that came out on Game Pass.
I know, but PlayStation's bread and butter is the single player one shot story experience.
So
see,
this is why I don't think
it doesn't support their business.
Why can't they use a different model than Xbox is doing?
This is it.
Yeah, I know, but
they're
why
using
can't they?
two existing models and just adding.
I don't think they're talking shit about the Xbox, to be honest. It's just they feel that the way that they're doing it is a way that works best for Sony.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I see it like this. I think they're just trying to get more money. One, the third tier costs more
right.
than
hold on, it's like the difference between Netflix and Warner
Hulu
Brothers,
or whatever.
right? No, because Netflix and Hulu is the same. So Netflix, everything goes directly into Netflix and you can watch it right away.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, their big movies will come out in theaters, and then eventually they may be in their streaming platforms, but the streaming platforms are for just regular movies because that's what worked for Warner Brothers.
So HBO Max is the
HBO
example
Max,
you're
exactly,
thinking.
yeah.
So like, yeah, the first party. So I think that's a good idea. So it's like comparing HBO Max and being
and
mad.
they both
like,
can coexist.
Yeah.
Well, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think in prime perspective, they're just wanting more money. One, because the third tier costs more money than Game Pass.
But they can't afford to run the way that Microsoft does.
They can afford.
I don't think you understand how big Microsoft is.
Yeah, I don't think you understand.
I don't think you comprehend how much of a bigger company Microsoft is than Sony.
I see it like this. Game Pass or Xbox, Microsoft, they put their first party titles on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And from what we've all seen, it's been a success. So I see it like this. I think that Sony is purposely making this more expensive, their third tier, and purposely not putting their first party games on this service because
to what end? To what? Yeah, go
for
ahead.
money. Because think about it like this: you're already paying for a service, and then on top of that, you're paying for another.
So you think they're putting out
game?
a product to make money?
More money.
More money.
More money.
Diabolical.
But is it really making more money? Think about it like this: MLB, the show, that's a Sony made game, is going to be out on Game Pass day one. But for on Sony's machine, you have to buy the game or pay for a $14 trial to play a demo. Really?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, what you don't understand is that Microsoft is paying Sony for to allow their game to be on their console as part of the Game Pass service. So Sony's making money no matter what, whether they give it when you buy the game outright or you have the game and just for the license for it. Microsoft is paying them to have that that game on their service.
I totally get that. So, but from a casual gamer perspective, who's not really into the numbers and all that stuff like that, who just sees, hey, MLB the show, I'm a big baseball fan. What's going to be on? Oh, it's going to be on Game Pass? For what? But it's not going to be on Sony? Okay, I'm going to get it on Game Pass. But sure.
Either way, Sony makes money either way. So
it doesn't really matter.
I think Sony's fine with that too.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're fine with it either way.
Yeah.
So to go back to some of the comments that we've had from our dear listener Cascade. I'm gonna go to
friend of the show.
Ban Cascade.
Yeah,
ban Cascade.
I'm gonna ban him right
friend
now.
of the show.
Talking too much.
I like Cascade.
He's too much
hot takes.
Yeah, too much interaction. Screw this guy. So Cascade, he says Last of Us 2 seemed rushed. I haven't played it yet, but it's still won Game of the Year. So people out there liked it. I know a lot of people did complain about it, but it was able to win Game of the Year, and it has some pretty decent competition, if I do remember correctly.
I don't remember it, but
let me see. Actually, that year that I won, it had Animal Crossing: New Horizons was a huge game at the time.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy
I guess the
VII
question
remakes. Shut the hell up. Ghost of Tsushima and Hades. So, I'm sorry. Were you saying something? No, seriously. Were you saying something? I was just trying to get to the list. That's all.
Some of those games you mentioned are a Game Pass day one.
Sure.
Hades,
I was wondering what Cascade, what part of it he thought it was rushed, because I haven't played it either.
Yeah, but then he says Cuphead was a good exclusive to Xbox. It was not a first party exclusive. Cuphead, that studio is not owned by Xbox, so it's not first party exclusive. And then he
The
says,
Cuphead studio is not owned by Xbox?
no.
I don't think so.
No, they're not. They put it onto Xbox, but for, the definition of first party exclusive has to be that the company that the console that's created for, they have to develop and design the game and put it out for their own console. And since Cuphead was not owned by Microsoft Studios, then it's not first party exclusive. And then last one, he says, haha, you silly console simpletons, bickering over exclusive games when PC games are superior over you. Absolutely.
PCMR.
I'm PCMR.
Will always be the winner, no matter what.
It's always going to be superior.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. So
no doubt about it.
So I was listening to you guys talking. I agree. I see both sides of the argument, but I'll just say this. With Sony coming out with them paying for first party studios, you having to pay full price for first party games. This is we talked about this before. Up until recently with Xbox trying to buy all these studios now, Xbox has not come out with consistent first party exclusives that were good. Even Halo Infinite, as good as it is, the numbers dropped. The player base dropped instantly within a month.
Oh yeah,
it dropped.
Halo got a 9. Forza got a 10.
What I'm saying is,
I thought it got like 8s.
It might have got 9s. I think either way,
it was good. They're not great. They're like good. They're like good. A lot of like fine reviews.
Yeah, they're great games. But the thing is that what we're talking about first party exclusives that are constant bangers. I'm looking at. There are no bangers. And then the thing is that if you look at the top games, game of the years, game of the year for the past, let's say 7 years, not counting this year, for the past 7 years, top game, Dragon Age Acquisition, 2014, 2015, The Witcher 3.
Isn't that a Bethesda?
It's an Inquisition.
Inquisition. What did I say?
It is Inquisition.
Acquisition.
You said Acquisition.
Inquisition.
That's the game where they're lawyers.
Yeah, you're right. Witcher
Elf
3
lawyer.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt,
CD Projekt,
Overwatch, 2017.
Overwatch, got him.
Yep, now they got him.
Ed, we got him.
Wait, what? Got what?
Fucking goddamn. Never mind.
It's an Xbox own
Blizzard.
Activision now.
Shut up.
Blizzard.
Move on.
Yeah, it's not Activision.
And well, here's another thing. Like these games these 700 whatever amount of games that Sony has, we don't even know the games that they're going to be on there. It doesn't
matter though.
And none of them are
could
new
be bloatware.
Games. But the thing is,
it's like the Wii U. It's the Wii library.
But the thing is this. Let me finish this list. Let me finish this list so that you can see what Xbox we're talking about game of the year. So this is kind of like, now granted, game of the year is kind of like the Oscars. Like the one that wins the movie of the year isn't necessarily the best. Not necessarily.
Isn't necessarily, yeah.
Yeah. So we have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2017, God of War 2018, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice 2019, Last of Us Part 2 was 2020, and then 2021 It Takes Two. In this list, there are no, as far as I can tell, unless
when did Halo Infinite come out?
Halo
It Takes Two is on Game Pass.
Halo Infinite. Did It Takes Two beat Halo Infinite for Game of the Year?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
No. That's not what I'm asking.
The thing is not.
Was it nominated for Game of the Year?
But it's not. What we're saying is,
I think it was a viewer choice,
it's
right?
not Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, but
so Xbox exclusives have not won anything in a while. And then you just named Xbox exclusives, first party exclusives that actually came out. Only one that you could say was Forza and Halo, which was done in the last year. So other than that, Xbox,
that's not bad.
But you're talking about first party exclusives. Like, oh my goodness, Sony's not gonna have first party exclusives. Xbox doesn't have first party exclusives. Yeah, they offer them day
games
one.
They bought how many studios now? So games are coming. I'm also seeing like this.
We're not talking about
God of War.
We're talking about what they have now. You're comparing it. Let's compare it to it now. You said, oh well, PlayStation has no first party exclusives, or you get to pay for first party.
I didn't say that.
You get to pay for first party exclusives. I'm sorry.
Pay extra, what, $60-$70 for a game?
You have to pay full price for a first party exclusive. But the thing is that you can pay for Game Pass and still not get any good first party exclusives. So it's like it's a wash either way. There's no.
Well, they're starting a service with games that half of them are already on Game Pass, or half of them came out a year or 2 years ago on PlayStation. Mortal
They're
Kombat
old
11.
games.
They're old games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the subscription service is. It's
So-
old games. Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be on this subscription service. Mortal Kombat 11 has been on Game Pass for almost close to a year.
Well,
Several months. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the service is coming out, so I mean, of course.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah,
starting. If you're starting a new service, why put these games out that already came out?
And that's such a moot point. That's such a dumb argument.
Yeah,
Because
it's
how
like
you
what
gonna-
you know.
it's like,
how is that
oh,
a dumb
it's like having
argument?
Netflix.
Netflix
like
would be like, hey,
that's like
Netflix, why are you
Netflix.
putting
Exactly.
Seinfeld on
How
Netflix?
is it a dumb
Netflix,
argument?
It came out already, stupid.
Wait. How is that a dumb argument when Xbox put out Halo Infinite, Forza, and they're putting out other games that are coming out day one on their service? But here we are with
It's a different
Sony.
model. Again, we've been going over this over and over
the
again.
thing is, you
It's a
just put
different
out-
model.
but
that they're
It's
running.
not a one-to-one
said-
model for
yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
But you just said
Totally
but
different.
the thing is, what I say is a dumb argument because you said, "Oh, they're putting in PlayStation Plus, and all they're doing is putting out old games." Like, what do you expect them to do? Only put out new games? Like, if they put
Well,
out,
people expected, okay, Game Pass is doing so well, they're putting out first party AAA games.
Different model. Again, different
Well, hold on.
model. What
I'm
do you
saying-
not understand about different
I'm saying
model?
what people expected. People expect before this announcement was made, people expect, okay, Game Pass is doing well. Here's some rumors about Sony. I guess Sony's going to do the same thing that Game Pass is doing. In
Yeah,
some
they were
way.
guessing. Did Sony say they were going to do it beforehand?
No, but if you
Then
have
that's
this,
rumors just being disproven.
but if you're competing in this market, and
I
you're
don't think
making this,
they're trying to compete with Game
Then
Pass.
let the
if you're
market
not
decide.
I
trying to
think
compete
Game
with
Pass is a
then
better.
why do
you're-
this?
get- because I told you it's because it's expected. Everybody
also
else has it.
This
what's
is expected too. This is expected too.
What are you talking about?
Putting your first party games on this service when you come out day
No,
one.
because Nintendo doesn't do it.
That's Nintendo's in its own world.
No, I know,
Okay, so
but again,
how come you
there
can
go.
say that? I can't say
Yeah,
that.
how
Well,
come
sure,
they
okay,
accept-
yeah, sure. Let's do
Why
that
are they
then.
accept then?
Sure, because Nintendo does everything different.
Yeah, I know, but that's
I literally
We
said
know
this
that.
at the beginning of the
Yeah,
conversation, and he was
But-
like, "No, that's."
But you were saying people were expecting PlayStation.
I think Game Pass is unique to Game Pass, and this is unique to PlayStation, and
each
that's
one's
unique
gonna
to
run their
Nintendo.
own
Well,
model
this
how
is-
they want, and then the market will decide which one.
Yeah,
wins.
if they doesn't work, then they'll conform.
they conform. They have to conform. And
Well, how long has
They
Game
have,
Pass been
that's
out?
business.
How long has Game Pass been out? It's been
You're
at
really
least
stuck on this whole Game
2
Pass
years?
way
Is it
of
2 years?
It's no longer than 2 years.
But the thing is, why does it? Okay, granted, they're coming to the game, I guess, late.
yeah.
But why does that matter? They're here now, and you're focused on one. You're focusing on the timing, or like why they're not doing. Like Game Pass took many years to get ready.
it's
took
not the
many years.
timing.
But the thing is, Game Pass took. I think you have revisionist history where you think that Game Pass has been around since the beginning of Xbox. Game
Yeah.
Pass is still fairly new,
And it was always so robust, where it was not at the
Well,
beginning.
okay, you can say that there's the same thing with the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck. Steam Deck is not even a month old yet, and they came out with a better portable console than Nintendo. So you can do the same thing with PlayStation service and
You
Xbox
cannot
service.
compare the Steam Deck to a
Oh,
Switch.
come on.
No, you
Oh,
can't.
come
Well,
on.
the thing is well, okay.
To a-
So
to a
let's talk
point
about
you
okay,
can.
okay. Let's talk about that then. Sure. If
What?
you want to go there, let's go there. You talking about the Steam Deck compared to Nintendo, right?
Yeah,
Nintendo
old system now.
Yes, but
Old
the thing is
hardware.
that Steam. First off, Valve doesn't even make majority of the games that are on Steam are not made by Valve. Valve
They're not
has
Valve.
like they have the Counter Strikes, they have the Half-Life, but that's really it. Team Fortress. That's
Fortress,
really all they
Dota
have.
now.
Dota, and that's
Yeah.
it. But Nintendo is literally made for mobile. And it works. It doesn't matter. Like you're trying to compare, like, oh my goodness, like think of it like this. With Nintendo, they made a console. What the original Switch is what $300 when you first bought it, $300.
I think so.
If they made a $600, $700, $800 or a $700 console, do you think people would necessarily buy it? They
It wouldn't
might.
move as much.
It wouldn't have moved as much.
I mean, this
Nintendo-
Sony
And they've
service
established
is
themselves
more
as
than
being
Game Pass.
the more budget friendly, for lack of a better word, company.
Because
right?
Nintendo doesn't make money
From the
on,
Switch, everything.
Yeah.
Nintendo
They're
doesn't
not out
make
there
money
to
on that.
They're not out there to make $700 systems like Nintendo, Sony. And
Well,
Well,
This
the
is
thing
exactly what I'm
but
saying.
the
This is
console,
exactly what I'm
but I'm
saying.
saying the console is not what makes it doesn't sell. The people are not buying the Switch because, oh my god, the Switch is the greatest thing in the world. They want to
Yeah,
play
not
games
because
on
of the
it.
graphics.
That's what they play.
They like the games that Nintendo
Puts out.
produces.
That's what
Yeah.
actually makes them money. Is not the Switch. That's why you see what PlayStation. That's what you see with Xbox. They don't need to spend X amount of money in R&D trying to figure it out. They got something that works. They got games that can back up that system, and that's what truly drives the company. So when you try to compare Steam, which Steam doesn't produce games, the only thing they don't. So now they have the capital because they're just they're just a hosting service at this point. That's really what they are. They're just a hosting service.
I was going to say that when you said
this is
Nintendo
produces what I'm
a
saying.
good product.
This is what I'm saying. How the Steam Deck costs $700, $800 more than the Switch was at $300. This Sony service does cost more than the Game Pass. Whether you do it
not if you go with the yearly.
Not if you go with the yearly. Yearly is cheaper than Game Pass.
Yearly's cheaper. You get the premium service for $10 a month. Cheaper than Game Pass, 700 games.
700 games.
Sure. Someone paid $100 and some for that service.
120.
For the casual player, that was $18.09. That's even plus tax. It's more
16.
than Game Pass, and you're
And
getting.
look, they're dipping their toes in this. Maybe eventually, when they get everything more refined, they'll be able to bring that price down. But this is the level that they feel comfortable at, right?
Yeah, they're trying to see what
and they will have
even.
stumbling. They will stumble too,
exactly,
because it's new to them.
Yeah.
They will have all the headaches that Microsoft that Microsoft had to go through, right? But only time will tell.
Well, you're right. They could get rid of like in 2 years it could go down to a 2-tier structure or a 1-tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it really is they've never done this before. They have no idea.
All they really did was add a tier, because the first tier, the first two, whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called. The plus and the other one after that is basically already existed.
Deluxe.
Yeah, there's you can literally get the plus right now with the 2 downloads that comes with it. Yeah, that's all it really is.
That's it. It's just the PlayStation Plus Essential is just essential. It's just the normal one. Then there's Premium, which bumps it up a tier, and then you bump it up one more tier to the Deluxe.
No, Premium's the top end.
Is the top end?
The extra is the middle.
I just see I kind of see it as a disservice to the Sony fans, because if I
then let the Sony fans decide.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of people have spoken about it already.
So it's already launched, and enough people have.
Let's not do that. No, people have already spoken about it.
You're speculating.
If it fails, it fails. If it fails, it fails.
Speculation.
I'm not saying it's going to fail or even succeed. All I'm saying is the fans, from what I'm hearing, that I've talked to or have seen, they're not happy about this service. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If I'm walking, let's say I'm not a gamer at all, and I decide to get into gaming. I'm walking into this. Which I am, I walk into this and I see this Sony service and I see this Microsoft Xbox Game Pass service. I would say the Xbox Game Pass service is more appealing, because you actually
not if you see the games.
They're pretty good. I mean, if it wasn't good, it wouldn't be successful. If it wasn't good, it wouldn't push Nintendo and Sony to do it.
No. I'm saying if you see the 2 selections and you're like, oh, which one do I go with?
Well, if you're saying that, then Game Pass would have failed.
So I'm looking.
Am I wrong?
So the thing is, this is.
I'm looking at.
No, I get what you're saying. You're saying the game's on there, but if the games weren't good, then Game Pass would not be successful.
I think Game Pass is successful because they can afford to make Game Pass successful.
No, like I said a long time ago in an episode, Microsoft actually thought about unplugging the Xbox if it wasn't for Phil Spencer. Actually, because they saw
Game Pass is his baby.
And his baby's growing up.
Phil Spencer has literally said on record that Game Pass is not profitable. So who eats that? Who has to make it profitable, or who has to make enough money to be able to make it?
When did he say this? Because from what
2017, November 17th.
Yeah, 17. It's what, November 2022 now?
2021.
I think you might have been talking about the model 17th. Of Game Pass is not profitable.
Yes, November 17th, 2021. Phil Spencer said, "Well, I'm looking at an article. This is the article that was written. Let's see. I'm gonna see when the exact quote is. I'll look at the article itself, but."
But is Game Pass, is it or is it not making? Isn't it not good, profitable? Is it not making money?
We don't know because
yeah.
Xbox doesn't
It's-
share their sales
Oh,
A
information.
lot
they
of
have.
companies don't share
They
their.
No,
definitely
Microsoft does not share its install base.
I can't
right,
recall.
what is their install
when
base?
this article. It's a lot. I know that. It's been successful.
Creamcast.
What's that?
Creamcast.
You have a
Can you
computer.
look?
Look it
Can you
up.
look up their install base? Because Microsoft stopped reporting their sales.
You said Game Pass install base?
Not Game Pass. Xbox Series X, right? That's what we're talking
No,
about.
Game Pass. We're talking about Game Pass.
So there's no number. They won't tell you what the number
They've
is.
given a number of how successful Game Pass is.
Phil Spencer.
Okay, what is the number?
I don't recall right now because
okay,
this was like
Okay,
months
what
ago.
can we search?
Game Pass. Let me see.
Game
Subscribers.
Pass, yeah,
Subscribers.
yep, subscribers.
or profit? Or
25 million.
25.
As of
We talked about this,
Let me see.
We
Let me
have
talk
a long
about
time
this.
ago,
Since
months ago.
Yeah.
January 18th, 25 million.
Yeah. and then
Let's see, but let's look up a comparison.
25 million's pretty decent.
PlayStation Plus
Decent?
subscribers.
Mhm.
25 million is good, but the thing is,
25 million's good.
let me see.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, but from a casual gamer perspective, if I see the
PlayStation
Sony,
Plus has 48 million.
okay, but if I see the
Nearly
PlayStation
double.
Plus compared to the
Yikes!
to the
48.
Game Pass,
Nearly double.
wow. If I see PlayStation,
They don't
Plus
even
compared
have
to Game
day
Pass,
one
I'll take
games,
Game
though.
Pass.
What? But they don't even have day one games.
Well, this is
How's that-
before they made the service.
Wow.
Yeah, this is before they made the service. They didn't.
Yeah, and now
What?
they're adding this service, and people.
So they're making it better.
Wait, Black
you
Girls
wanna
Hack. So
spend
Black
more
Girls
money
Hack.
on this?
Really quick, Black Girls Hack is cracking. I find this hilarious.
Mhm.
The data is there. I just don't know where, but it's amazing. And,
we
quote-
talked
quote-
about this
quote from
months ago.
our brilliant ex-president.
We talked about this.
I know where it is. I know there's data. I just know it's amazing. I haven't seen it, but it's amazing. That's
We
how you
talked
sound.
about this.
That's how you
we
sound.
talked about this.
They're beautiful
We talked
numbers.
about
You've
it.
seen them. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful. Yes,
They're the best numbers.
they are.
Can we start talking a little bit more in facts instead of just what you feel? Phil Spencer
No, it's
has
not
came
what-
out. Phil Spencer has
not what
came
I
out
feel.
and said that he has not said that PlayStation or Game Pass is profitable. I quickly gloss over his interview when he's talking about Game Pass. He says it's sustainable. Sustainable is not profitable. So at the end of the point, that either it means he's breaking even or they're taking a loss on Game Pass because they're doubling down that Game Pass will continue to add more offerings, add first party exclusives and so forth. That it will continue to grow and make money. Now, so that's just a fact. So that's what the man said. The man that you look up to for Xbox.
Remember,
news.
we said this. We said this earlier in the year. The Game Pass model is only profitable if you can get that friggin' Game Pass onto more devices.
Absolutely.
And they're doing
If
that.
you get it out of the box, we've talked about this. That's why they're pouring so much money into Game Pass. It's not designed to stay on that box. Their Xbox is
I
going
never
to be
denied
left
that.
in the dirt.
But let's
No,
go,
it's not about
let's
the
go back to
Anyways,
PlayStation.
let's not get
If
into that.
So back
if
to
it was
PlayStation.
left in the dirt, then they
Let's
wouldn't
not
announce
get into
the
that.
Xbox Series X and S.
But let's get back to. But like I said, I don't want to talk about hypotheticals and what you feel. And oh my goodness, I'm talking. PlayStation has a larger install base. It's 48 million as of earlier this year, I believe. 48 million. So now, if they can convert a majority of that into which, if you're subscribing for it, you're being now part of the 3-tier PlayStation Plus ecosystem at that point. So you're assume they're going to continue to keep those people into that 48 million. Now, these people are now going to pay higher tiers because they want now the access to 700 plus games. It's going to be good for Sony no matter what, because now Sony was doing 48 million with a basic ass PlayStation. That's just PlayStation Plus. That's not even including PlayStation Now, by the way. So now you get PlayStation Plus. Now those people are going to be converted to that 3 tiers, and then people started paying more for those 3 tiers, let's say, because they want to access 700 games. That's still a plus, and that's with PlayStation Plus before. That's without first party exclusives being available. So no matter how you think about it, the fact that you think that first party exclusives are going to somehow hurt PlayStation and their numbers, I think you're missing the big point. And then on top of that, you were talking about before. Oh yeah, people out here are so mad. Blah blah blah. People are just sitting out. I literally went on the PlayStation blog of while you guys were talking. Look at the PlayStation blog of where they did the official announcement, and people are not sitting here in mass talking about, oh my god, this is the worst, stupidest thing ever. The only thing that they're upset about is that Vita and PSP integration is not as good as it can be because of the fact that PSP did not get a lot of love in the United States. I have a PSP, and the PSP didn't get a lot of love. I have like 3 games for the PSP, and it was like old school Super Nintendo. You bought the game one time, that's it. There was no updates up to it, and a lot of games that came out for were not the greatest. But there were some good games, and they're just upset that PSP and PS Vita may not get them as much love on the subscription plan as they want. But people are not sitting here out in mass talking about like how you're talking about, oh, my friends are so upset, blah blah blah. First, that's anecdotal. So you're group of 5 friends.
Well, what are they saying? What are they saying on the Xbox blog?
You went on a PlayStation blog. I mean,
There
you can say the same thing with Game Pass on Xbox blog. You can say the same thing about Nintendo on Nintendo blog.
But no one's saying that they're upset.
Who love the Nintendo.
But no one said.
But isn't that who you're talking about? You're saying the PlayStation fans. You're talking about the fans.
Oh
that's the main source of where people are.
Where would the fans be? Wouldn't they be on the PlayStation blog?
They'll be on. Well, we're not outside of that, be on Reddit, YouTube, other blogs that are not just solely based on PlayStation.
Sure, but Twitter, man. You.
I am not even talking. I even looked on Twitter.
But you said
I don't even have the
Reddit,
app
Twitter,
right now.
and all these other sources. Like,
yeah, I didn't say Twitter. I said Reddit, other sources, YouTube.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, everybody says so.
Yeah.
It's true.
I didn't even say Twitter. I did not bring up Twitter.
Everybody says so.
But at the end of the day,
I did not bring up Twitter.
You think people? You think people are going to be
It's
scared?
huge.
Do you think people are going to be scared to say something on a PlayStation blog that they're not happy with it?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like if Nintendo does something dumb, have it done direct, there are going to be Nintendo fans who are going to support that through the end, and you know that's true. There have been terrible directs, and there'll be fans of Nintendo who would stick up for Nintendo and say, "Oh, that was an awesome direct." Well, you know it was a terrible direct. You know that's the truth.
There's you with Xbox, so that is true.
No, if Xbox makes a mistake, I'll say it. Hey, Nintendo's make a mistake, I'll say it. I've said it many times when I did a live stream on Nintendo. I said that was a terrible direct, and I was hoping for Zelda. Of course, it didn't happen. Hey, so you know I'm talking about that
too. Speaking of Zelda, so we can move on.
Yeah.
What about that delay, huh?
That delay sucks. I was looking forward to Zelda this year.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, you don't know about
the conversation.
No,
I'm just so tired of going over the same thing over and over.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. So fill me in on this news because I only get my information from our Facebook messenger feed.
Here.
So
I didn't know until Ed pointed it out.
So unlike Sony, who doesn't make a video announcement about their stuff, Nintendo, even though some bad news, they had confidence and made a video about Zelda being delayed. It was supposed to be happening or coming out 2022 this year holiday. Now it's being pushed back to 2023 spring. And they gave a snippet of some video footage of Link, long hair, different outfit, and the Hyrule sword. It seemed like it was damaged. But they
threw like meat scraps to a bunch of like dogs.
Basically,
and It's like, hey, here, chew on this for a while.
Yeah.
I'm out.
They're already waiting. We've been waiting for Breath of the Wild since 2017?
Since forever.
It's been 7 years.
But the thing is that if you see, this is the problem with you little console kids. You guys have little delays.
Not the PCMR.
Yeah, PCMR. We've been waiting for
when you ascended into godhood.
Yeah, we've been waiting.
Where's their Half-Life 3?
I know Valve has been shitting on Half-Life. We've been waiting for Left 4 Dead. Even though we got Back 4 Blood, we got Back 4 Blood, which is no, but we've been waiting for Left 4 Dead. We've been waiting for Half-Life 3, and
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, that's a great
Portal.
Portal. I mean,
Portal.
So I don't like to hear people like the Ed Underground. Ed, take
Get
that
dirty ass shoe off the screen.
What the hell is that? Oh my goodness!
It's so dirty, man.
Well, that's because it's so lit.
It's so lit.
That's so gross. Oh,
and you have
that's really grossing me out. I'm not even kidding. Get that shoe off.
How would you show a white sneaker in that condition?
I'm reading the comments.
Yeah,
because I didn't clean it yet.
But the thing is, they want to see my shoes. Your shoes I mean, goodness gracious, burn those things.
That was
Can you,
gross.
Creamcast? Could you? Oh God!
Oh my
Can you
goodness.
correct? Can you correct this? Please correct this travesty and show us something worth seeing.
All right,
This is disgusting.
Here, I'll put some real shoes on here.
Yeah. My
Hey,
eyes are hurting.
Because
Here.
why is there white stains on your boots? That's crazy. Like you, it's
What
like
the fuck?
look like you're wearing. Were you wearing
It's
a
probably
skirt?
Oh, that's from his
when I was
bathroom adventures.
Yeah.
no,
Like,
when
Ed
I
was wearing.
was
Ed decided to wear a
shoveling and
skirt.
stuff.
No, you decided to wear a skirt at a truck stop,
Skirt.
and
No.
you went and had some business done. You know,
Hell yeah.
you worked for
False.
that gas. That's what.
Did you not to wear black
He
shoes?
sure
man?
does.
Yeah, don't wear black
He
shoes next
sure
time.
does.
Well,
False.
yeah, just wear white shoes next time.
Mm.
Anyways, so if you guys want to see some,
Those-
you know,
Oh, there
were
you go.
just
There you
bobbing
go.
back and forth.
That's it.
those-
It's nice.
Yeah,
Take it in,
these-
chat.
Shake it in.
That's the only
So
reason why I did that.
for our
so.
audio
And also,
listeners.
mind you, he's worn these shoes. It
Yeah.
just doesn't look like
And
it.
look at how clean they look.
Yeah, for audio listeners, I am displaying the LeBron 9 Big Bang. Actually, funny thing is, my wife bought this for me. I went into her office. I was like, baby, please treat me. And she's like, what do you want, dear? I said, give me some shoes. And she went and bought me some shoes. So, yeah, these are the Big Bang came out 2021. Orange color. For our audio listeners, just Google it. You'll be blown. They're very nice.
It is a very nice looking color scheme.
It is.
It is.
It's a very beautiful.
So bright. It's
Yeah, it's very,
insane.
It
yeah,
is.
it's a very beautiful shoe. Better than the
Safety
Big Bang
orange.
Attack.
yeah, better than the semen stompers that Ed just displayed.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
Mhm.
those
I only
belong.
did that so you can bring in your shoe.
Those look like those belong in the truck stop at a glory
Mhm.
hole or something.
That's where they
False.
were.
Yeah,
False.
That's why they
False.
Absolutely
And false.
disgusting.
But
don't,
go on.
Don't ever put that shit on my screen again.
Yeah, Ed moonlights as a lad lizard, so
You said what?
that's Ed moonlights as a lad lizard.
Oh, my
That's
As a what?
Mm.
I don't know what that means.
that's
Well,
okay.
speaking
Don't
of
you
speaking of putting shit on the screen, let's talk about the Halo series that recently premiered on
Wow.
Paramount Plus. What?
Go on. Go
told you.
on.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
the recently premiered on Paramount Plus. The Halo finally, after many years of
Finally.
anticipation, Halo has been given a live action television series on Paramount Plus, and it premiered last week, right? First episode?
2 days ago?
A few days ago.
Yeah.
First episode. So, do you guys check it out?
I did.
No.
I did not watch it.
Oh.
because I don't want to get a subscription.
I
too
will
many
tell you
damn
this.
Actually, I did watch it.
did not get a subscription,
Hold on. But
and I still
before-
watched it.
Hold on,
Oh.
but before you say anything. So one
Huh?
of the other perks of Game Pass that Sony does not offer.
Mhm.
I found out a day later that if you have Game Pass, you can have 30-day free trial with Paramount.
Yes, and now this is a series
Awesome.
that is more than 4 episodes. So anyone would be a sucker to get it right now. You
Mhm.
definitely wait for the last 4 episodes so you can watch the whole series.
Actually, that's what I was
or
going to
get
do.
that
I was
30-day
gonna
free
wait for
trial.
everything to be on.
Yeah,
Do the
30-day
free
trial
trial,
towards
watch
the
it,
end,
and
not
then
now.
cancel.
No.
Don't get it now.
30-day free trial will give you a Game Pass though.
Sure, but don't only get
Don't-
it
yeah.
then.
Most
don't get it
companies
now.
have like a week trial at least.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah,
services
this
do.
if you get it now, it's only a week, so it's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
But you
which
know,
is fine. I can binge the whole season in a week. So
yeah. And they are hour-long episodes, so if they
Yep.
if
Full
they
length.
are 7-8 episodes, yeah, you will be binge watching it for sure.
Mhm.
So you did watch it, Creamcast?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
Yes.
And
Yeah, because I know the assignment. I mean, I know what we gotta do. Ed Underground, smooth.
I saw it the day of.
smooth brain. It's like
I saw
I'm
it
gonna
the day
activate
of.
my 30-day trial right now, and I'm gonna pay
Right
it
now.
for it. Yeah, crazy. No, I did watch it, and
Mhm.
I thought it was actually pretty decent. I am surprised that people hate on it as much as they do, only because of the fact that we've been waiting for a very, very,
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
long time for this. And while I am kind of shocked about certain things, and spoiler alert, screw you, Green Tuner. You're gonna have to listen to these spoilers.
I don't care. Go for it.
Trust me.
It's gonna spoil the show.
So I'm gonna spoil everything
Yeah.
for you.
Oh no! Please don't spoil the show.
Okay. You backed enough. Okay. No, but I do have some gripes with it. The writing could be a little bit better. But overall, it's not a bad show. The CGI is not horrible. It is decent. Only thing I really have a gripe with is I'll just spoil it right now.
Yeah, I think I have the same
Why
gripe.
the fuck did they
Why
show
the fuck would
Master
they do that?
Why would they show Master Chief's face in the first fucking episode?
Yep,
Like,
yep.
Oh,
how
that's lame.
stupid
And how
are you?
underwhelming is, like, I mean, I'm not knocking the dude. I'm sure he's a great actor
Dude is
and
cool.
he built like a
Wire.
brick house, dude.
Yeah,
But
from The
how
Wire.
I mean, this is a big deal to show this guy's face.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, why would you do that? It immediately takes the air out of the entire concept. Like, I mean, I was let me just say this.
Yes.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I was watching this and my expectations were pretty low. And for the most part, it's better than what I thought it would be. I enjoyed certain things. They kept certain things about Halo, the music, not all of it, but a little bit of the music is in there. Not as much as I wanted them to. When they're fighting, all the sound effects, I loved.
Yeah.
When Master Chief's overshield
Yes.
like depletes and it kicks back, I like in my mind, I was like, when is it going to kick back? I wanted it to kick back. It kicked back and I was like, that's cool. Like, it's a cool nostalgia when you watch the show, you know, feels like you've been a part of this universe. So to see that is very cool. The journey was interesting. The first episode, what they were describing, but the dude's voice is just so not Master Chief. And it immediately you become aware that something is wrong here. And yeah, the most insulting thing is when he takes off the helmet. I don't want to sound like a crazy fan here. Well, it's like, oh, this is the end of the world, but it really does. And it could be amazing down the road. It could be fine. We're overthinking it, but it does take the wind out of the sails because, and somebody mentioned this somewhere online where Mandalorian, this show got, the concept of the show only exists because Mandalorian was a success. Yeah. And Mandalorian is able to do what it does with the dude in a helmet for the most 99% of the series.
Yeah.
So the fact that he took off his helmet at the end of the first episode really makes me scared for the rest of the series.
I agree. Yeah.
And there's a quote that I didn't know about. I read it like earlier today because I was kind of like just perusing the internet. And the showrunner of the series said they haven't even played the games or they have never. Yeah. So I was just like, how is that even possible where they like such a important element of the show? Obviously it's based on a game, but the feel of that world is through the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
From my perspective, it looked
weird
like
thing to say.
No, it is weird.
It's a weird thing to say. Why would you say that?
It is weird. From my perspective, it seemed like someone who was a big fan of the Mandalorian kind of said like, I want to make something like that too. Who else wears a helmet just like that? Oh, who's this guy? Who's the Fortnite guy? Oh, Halo? Oh, Master Chief? Oh, okay, let me copy and paste this into my own series. Now, I do agree with both of y'all saying. I'm in the middle of this. I think the beginning of the series, beginning of the episode was good. Mm-hmm. I think some of the CG was kind of pretty bad, in my opinion.
I don't think it was terrible. I think for what it is.
But
yeah, they did look superimposed. At sometimes the elites looked like they're like not there. It did look CG.
Did they show the aliens?
Yeah, they showed the elites.
Okay.
But here's what I think Ed Underground. I was thinking about this too. I think it's because you're looking at these neon colored aliens in real daylight in a yellow tinged like scene. You know what I mean? So it made them stand out more artificially. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but from hearing how much money they put into this and how long we've all wanted this to happen. They announced it years ago and it's finally here. I expected a little bit more. I expected like Mando level or even
let me ask you this.
Better than Mando level.
What did you think of the Prophet?
Insane.
I thought he looked great.
Prophet looked
the
awesome.
Prophet. Oh, I thought you meant like an actual prophet.
The Prophet looks like a Jim Henson puppet.
No, Ed can't talk about prophets anymore. So Ed, you're cut off when it comes to finances. But
no more of that stuff, please. Dear God, please.
But the prophet looked good.
He did.
The scene with the chick, I don't know who she is, But that scene with the chick with the prophet, it looked organic. It looked natural. It looked like some Hollywood like blockbuster
Like a
movie type
puppet.
shit.
Yeah, it looked like a Jim Henson puppet. And I was like, if it's true, if they decided to make a prophet puppet, like a full like dark crystal level puppet, I'm so down with that. If that is the case, or that's really good CG, and it's only really good. It's only really good because
or
they
both.
put that.
I mean,
well, it's only really good because the environment it's in versus the environment we saw the elites in.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
I agree with you.
The environment played, I think, a big part because ultimately you just see the prophet coming around the corner, and that's really it. It's just a background story for, you didn't really see in the background. There's not much to look at, but overall, it looked good. Like for a TV show, especially for its first episode, first season, it looked really good. Now I think we as like viewers, we get really spoiled on really good shows, and then don't realize that there are a lot of good shows out there that just maybe have certain flaws. Like with Halo, like with the Elites did not necessarily look the best during the fight scene, the huge battle. But overall, did it look horrible? No, it didn't look like sci-fi B-rated movie, where it looked trash. It actually was pretty decent. So, I think we're being a little harsh on it only because of the fact that we know that, Paramount threw a lot of money at this series. Initially, this has been in production for years, but I think what we're missing is the translation from announcement to what we knew about the Halo series till now. That we think that time equals effort, meaning that they spent this entire time refining it and making it look good. I don't think that's the case. So, we know that's not the case. So I think we need to be a little bit. I think us as fans, we need to be reasonable. And I know this is a beloved franchise for a lot of people. Forgiving because of the fact that if we continue to be super harsh about shit like this, especially over the small things, like okay, the CG not looking great during the best during that battle. And now the helmet thing, I think, is a little bit bigger.
That's
huge. A bigger deal.
Huge. That's a much bigger deal. But as far as everything else, I think the writing, while it wasn't like mind-blowingly great, it was decent. And
I don't know, but there are a couple of times I rolled my eyes at the writing.
Yeah,
I would have to agree.
The dumbest part was with the general, whatever, talking to his daughter, and it was just like she's about to be 42.
I'm already killed.
Yeah, like she's about to be 42. Then it's just like, why would he
72 or something like that?
Shit? Like, yeah, I was like, it just seems a little forced, but we'll see how the rest of the series goes. But I think us as fans, I think we need to be a little bit more patient and a little bit more forgiving about stuff like this because
you're talking about the effects.
The effects, I think the writing is decent, but let's see how.
I don't think you're right about being patient with the writing. I think that there's a very good story to be told with Halo, but when you say things like "we never played the damn game," it really makes you go like, "What?" Yeah, that is scary. And then he takes off his helmet in the first episode. You're like, "Where's this going?" These guys have never played the game because this guy, whoever's the showrunner, is like, he takes off his game in the every episode in every game they play. He doesn't know that that's a major thing for fans. We've always won. I mean, I'm sure he knows. I'm not saying he doesn't know, but
we never got a straight on face view of Chief. Yeah. We got side views
and the back of his head.
But
this is like the Joker origin. Like we talk about. It's like the Joker origin.
Well, also with Master Chief, it's more like they're really trying to encompass you as the chief itself. Like you're the chief. And it's kind of like with Doom Guy, right? Doom Guy never had a face really outside of
the new
Doom Guy. Yeah. At first he didn't necessarily have a face. And then in Eternal they show his face and people were like losing their fucking mind because it's like, holy shit, now we actually see Doom Guy's face.
Doom Guy had a face.
Yeah, he had a 2D face, but in the Doom the remakes, he didn't have a face.
In the first one, do you see his face?
You see his face at the bottom of the middle of the screen.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the 2004, I think it's 2004 release, and then also with Doom, not Eternal, but Doom 2016, you didn't see his face. And then in Doom Eternal, they did the whole reveal of his face. That was the whole thing. He kept his helmet on. Now, could you go in?
Yeah, but Doom Guy is not the weight of seeing Doom Guy's face is not the equivalent weight of seeing
to this. Like, hey,
no. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying that was to a lesser degree. but fans were upset about the fact that, oh shit, we're actually going to be able to see Doom Guy, because in Doom 2016, like you could zoom into his face like through camera manipulation and see his face, but in the game itself, you don't actually see his face full blown.
You see a reflection of his face.
Now let me ask you this, because I
glimpse of it.
I haven't played all of Halo Infinite because why would I? But if do you think 343 would ever be like, all right, we're going to show his face? Do you think they would ever do that in like a main line?
No, because they actually care about the series.
Right. So I mean, that's a good answer, because like, how important is that trivial thing? You know what I mean? Yeah, we're talking about it. It's important. It sets a lot of it sets the tone, and it like your connection to the character is like, I don't want to know it. I don't want to know
the fans.
You know, honestly, I thought at some point when I was younger, I read that, Denzel Washington should play Master Chief. And in my mind, my entire life, Denzel Washington has been Master Chief, under the helmet.
Sure. Really quick, Cascade says, in the book, Chief shows his face. Shut the fuck. We don't read books here, bitch. We play video games. This is not the Blurred book reading podcast. This is the Blurred podcast. We talk about things that we've seen as far as video games and played.
And Cascade also needs to be mindful that Ed doesn't know how to read.
I do know how to read.
You know, does hurt his feelings. So
I do know how to read.
That's why we try not to read, because
I do know how to read.
It's a sore spot for Ed.
This is exactly why I said we should ban Cascade.
Baby.
Yes.
But in Halo 4, they don't show Chief's face.
They don't show his face.
They don't show his face straight on. Like I don't know. I mean, Cassie.
The most we've ever seen is the back of his head.
Shoot, in Halo, was it 1? At the end, he takes off his helmet, but we don't even see him. His
but
face.
what we're saying, but in the series Halo, I don't know if Cassie, have you seen it? He shows his actual whole ass face, and Chief is just talking without.
He's some dude.
Yeah, he's just some dude.
Cascade. He's some dude.
Some dude you can like meet at like Starbucks or.
Yeah, like I saw Master Chief.
I saw the same guy.
He's from the. I just know him from The Wire, and I mean he's a big guy in real life. He's 6'5".
Yeah,
he's huge.
Yeah.
So I mean he's a big guy.
Wait, they don't like change his face to like look.
No, he's the actor
or anything like that.
Everything.
Yeah, like
because in the games, didn't he have like pale skin or something like that?
Yeah, I was thinking of a RoboCop situation when he takes on.
He's not like a normal.
He's genetically
human.
modified.
He's modified. So if I remember from the games, he was like pale and had like these weird things. He wasn't deformed, but he just looked.
Because
he
didn't
look normal. He looked different from a human.
Yeah, he had to be.
No, he looks like he looks like he's just a regular dude. He pops his helmet off and is like, oh, okay, this is.
Oh, I thought they at least added like makeup to make him look paler. Or something.
I thought Spartans weren't Spartans genetically modified, or
yes, they're genetically modified.
They're genetically modified.
Yeah. They're not regular humans.
They're not regular humans. Exactly. They're much bigger. I know that at least bigger. They're more intelligent than regular.
They're supposed to be like 9 feet tall, and
it's like Warhammer. I'm assuming that's where they got
Space
the inspiration.
Marines. Yeah, the same.
Because the Space Marines, they don't look human. They're gigantic humans or gigantic beings, and they literally have like their whole face is fucked up from like the surgeries and also like war battles.
Yeah.
So when you see a Space Marine, it's a clear difference of how a Space Marine is as opposed as to like a regular human. Yeah, so I assume they were going to do the same thing. Yeah.
Space Marines are pretty much gods.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gods. Yeah.
So that's the thing with Halo. It's just, I mean, it's cool. Like,
I honestly thought that in my mind when you guys said that he took off his helmet, I'm like, oh, maybe they, like shaved off his eyebrows or something just to make him look at least less human. Right. Like maybe like Prometheus or something, but no, it seems like it's just a regular guy.
If they did, then it would make me feel like, okay, they're showing his like the grotesque nature of Master Chief, and they're making a point of being like, all right, we're not going to really show his face a lot, but here's the glimpse of it. No, the what they showed was like, all right, this handsome dude, you're going to see him a lot with his helmet off. Kind of vibe that I got out of it, and then it was just like,
what if it turns out to be like the what's it called, Boba?
Yes,
this is basically. Yes, it's just gonna be
Boba vibes. I'm like, stop. What is
it? Speaking about that, what kind of like made me upset? Like when he took off his helmet, he never put it back on when he was like trying to get out the area being shot at. Like it kind of bothered me. He never put it back on.
Yeah, what I'm scared of is that he's going to continue to have the helmet off the entire series.
That might happen.
And it's kind of like
he's
Boba.
Gonna progressively get more handsome as the series goes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He looks like he looks like Nick's Sabaka's great grandson in the future of 2025 or 2255, where now he's a Spartan or something like that. It's just weird because if I had to look at Master Chief, I would, because remember when they did the promos, I think it was for Halo 3. They did the best promos. They did the promos of the Spartans going through training in the surgery. And the guys, they had their heads shaved, they were completely bald. I think they didn't have eyebrows. Like they looked like almost like the Prometheus guys, like Green Tuner said. So it just looks weird. I see a guy with full of hair and he just looks like a regular ass dude. Like he looks like Nick Sabaka from The Wire. And granted, it's like kind of like when you see like Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. I'm still thinking that he's gonna be eating that Kahuna burger at any time. Like, you just can't remove the character from different movies. But
get this damn Sith off my plane.
These snakes on the plane. So I feel like that's kind of the problem they had with Master Chief. Like Master Chief should have been. Granted, they need an actor that could act, so I get that. But it killed the allure of. I mean, I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting.
I wasn't expecting
Master
in the first
Chief
episode.
to show his
in the
face
first episode.
In the first episode, and keeps his helmet
and it's
off.
especially weird when like Mandalorian exists and it's done as well as it's done without doing that so much. Like you can, like you need the face to emote. Like the same reason Batman needs the eyes visible, like the white eyes from the comics and cartoons. It's hard to emote through those. But
no, not necessarily. No,
it's hard to emote through those, but the Mandalorian they perfected with good storytelling that you can emote through that helmet. And a good actor, but good actor, good character
with no pupils either.
Yeah, Spider-Man, perfect example. Yeah, like Amazing Spider-Man. Like I was funny talking about that. Like Amazing Spider-Man. Remember that scene where he goes into the car and the car guy is the guy
Octopus?
No, the car guy, not Dr.
In the first movie,
Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the car thief.
The car thief, and then he has that one moment like he's joking. Then all of a sudden he gets really super serious because now he's like, I'm possibly gonna kill this guy. Like, there's ways to show emotion while wearing a helmet. They could have kept this going for at least a couple more episodes, where then Chief takes off his helmet and it's like, but then they don't show anything, and it's like, fuck, this is awesome. But yeah, this is kind of a buzzkill. And like what so in the comments really quick, Cascade was asking, maybe is there a reason why Chief doesn't take off his helmet? I'm not sure if there's a reason why he doesn't take off his helmet. I thought at one point that he required it to an extent, but we see
it's irrelevant for him to, like, he is
Master Chief.
Unless he's eating food, you know what I mean? It's not. It's
he doesn't have to. And the thing is, he doesn't have to.
It doesn't serve the story in the games to have him helmetless.
Well, the thing is, he has taken off his helmet. We just never seen his face, so it's not a requirement.
Eats food and stuff, right? So, like, I mean, it's just not required, and it's just like, I'm sure he's the type of like soldier that you feel naked without your armor or your helmet. He talks a little bit about the helmet, what it does for him, like has the heads up display and everything. Like he is,
but in the game, Master Chief is the ultimate soldier. That is his persona. He is nothing without the helmet or without the suit. His suit is everything to him. He's
just some handsome guy.
Yeah, but this one, he just takes off the helmet and it's just like he's just like a normal ass dude. And
he's a Chad.
He's a Chad, and it's just weird. I hope they pay this off later on with something, because you can't give away
horrible deformity.
Yeah.
Well, I'm scared for this. It seems like they're going a political route too.
Like, I want his penis to be shaped like a C, like something. Like, he has to be like C-shaped.
Wait. Hold on.
He can pee into his own butthole. Like,
hold on. I was just about to say that.
And underground.
He has a portable bidet.
Yeah, he has a portable bidet.
Where is the political agenda in Halo.
About human. I'm not talking about like real life
Benedict.
politics.
Like
I'm talking about like in this series. It seems like it's going like on a political route, as in what is humanity and stuff like that. Just yeah, that's. It seems like it's.
What is humanity? It's more philosophical.
That's so funny.
Political.
Yeah, it's not political. I'm so confused.
It just seems like it's
Leave
kind of
the boy alone. All right,
it seems
his
like
brain
it's going
can't
into
comprehend
something.
these.
It can't get any smoother.
It seems like it's going to something else. Oh, I also found out later
Ideas just slide
that
right off.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I found out later that they couldn't get the licensing to do the Halo music, which
This is
boggles my mind.
Wait,
What?
Because remember that director? They got into a big legal battle.
I didn't know that.
Or remember the music director? He got into a huge legal battle with.
Right, I remember with Bungie, right?
Bungie, yeah, because they were striking him from playing like Halo music because they said that they owned it, even though he was the composer for it. Yeah, which is
I remember
weird.
this.
Yeah, I remember something.
But do you think I thought but all like 343 Halo games have the music, right? The original music.
All the Halo games have the original music.
Yeah, it's the same. There are tones of that, the like Halo chant or in.
There's tones, but not the actual.
I know. I was like waiting for the music to kick in, like the da 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 da. You know, the whole like.
Yeah.
I was like, when is the music going to kick in?
Because they can't blow their entire load. They already blew the helmet load already. They can't blow the entire load on Halo music. This and that.
But it's like Star Wars without the Star Wars music.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Okay,
that's
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't feel like Halo.
It's essential. Like you think I'm not going to say Halo is the best game franchise in the universe. Like I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are things about Halo that make it unmistakably Halo, and the music is
it's so iconic.
It is iconic. Yeah, it is.
Honestly, seeing this, it did not feel like Halo. It was until the part where you hear the shield dying and then going back up. Yeah, the overshield.
I thought the sound effects were on point. I'm not saying the sound effects weren't.
I'm saying it just didn't feel like Halo. I'm not saying it wasn't bad or good. I'm just saying it didn't feel like Halo.
I think they captured the tone. I'm concerned about the story direction.
I'm very concerned about the story. I don't know where this is going.
Well, I mean, it's the first episode, so of course you would know. But
but the first episode speaks a lot.
Does it though?
It does. For a 7 episode series, I think it does. I mean, if you had like a 20 of 1 season, 2 season, 3 seasons of like 30 episodes, okay, it's a little bit different. But the first episode for
is
like
it 7?
It's around there.
It's like 9 to 10. I would say it would probably be
like I couldn't wait till like the next Mandalorian episode was out to see it. This is like I don't know. I'm scared for it. I really am.
But
I'm scared for. Yeah, good.
But the thing is, I mean, I think you're comparing apples to oranges, right? You're talking about
it's Mandalorian.
Apples to oranges.
It's a Mandalorian copy and paste. You're some guy with a helmet has to help this kid along a sci-fi adventure.
But the Mandalorian, it takes place in a far richer world to draw the story from. Whereas Halo,
whole,
like I said, I like Halo.
A child is a very old story.
I like Halo, but there's not a lot of you can pull out of like story wise. There's not a lot in Halo.
I mean, there's a lot you could do, but the thing is that
not for a main character
lore.
Like there's not a lot there.
You still have to build. There's a lot of world building. This is not like you're playing
a lot of war.
It's not like you're playing like something like a WoW, right? A World of Warcraft, where you have an RPG where it's very deep storylines. There's such deep narration, this, that, and the other. Halo is aliens are bad. Marines are good. Rings, flood, pew pew, and keep it moving. Now,
finish the fight.
Yeah, now, of course, I'm summarizing it very, very Neanderthal.
Generally,
yeah. But the thing is that at the end of the day, you have to build the world, and if you want a good storytelling series, you have to break out certain conventions. And I think that Halo did, as far as starting the world as is, I think they did a pretty decent job. It's not the best. It's not guns blazing out, blowing the whole out. Like the battle scene, you okay, let's be honest. That battle scene, right? Were you expecting as much people getting their heads blown off and getting stabbed?
No, I'm not hating it. I said like I thought the now I'm having an Ed Underground more. No, man,
false.
stop. Don't make it worse for me.
False. You're having a
choreography. Wow. Yeah, I was at a blank here. The fight choreography was I'm not knocking it. I think it was good.
Yeah.
I just think that the only thing I agreed with Ed Underground, the effects didn't mesh with the reality of the environment. But here's what since on the topic of the story, is this Asian girl? Is she going to be like the Grogu of the series? Is she just like
basically she is?
She's the Master Chief sidekick.
That's what I'm saying. Copy and paste from Mandalorian.
That's another weird. I'm not really attached to this character either. Where Grogu
again,
right off the bat, I was like,
that trope has been around forever. Like there's a Japanese story where the same thing, where a lot of people take inspiration from, where there's like a guy with a small child. And they're wandering the Japan. So that's been around for a while.
Yeah, that's something new, and I think
Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, I think that's
Wolf and Cub. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's easy way to cop out. Just be like, oh, it's like Mandalorian. Like we said, Mandalorian comes from.
But she's not a baby or anything.
Yeah, but
she's like a character.
But Mandalorian has a very rich history behind it. Literally decades of material from actual canon material to fan fiction and so forth. So to compare
but the world, you're talking about the world.
Yeah, the world. So but of course Mandalorian hasn't been around for decades, but what I'm saying is that the world that they exist in, it makes it much easier to be able to have that world exist and write good material for it, because once again, you have so much in the way of things backing it up. With this Halo, this is literally the first iteration, the very first episode of a Halo series. This is something that we never thought we would see. We saw that it was canceled it was delayed multiple times. It was going to go into a movie, then it was going into a series, and now we're finally getting it. Was the wait worth it? I'm not saying that I was sitting here like pissing my pants to watch Halo. I literally watched Halo, the first episode, today, right before the podcast. And was I blown away where I'm like, oh my God, I have to see the next episode. This is not like reminding me of like old Game of Thrones. Like old Game of Thrones was like, holy shit, I can't wait to see the next episode. The dialogue was that good compared to this. No, but it was decent. It was not bad. And I think that we just need to be a little bit more, like I said, forgiving on it. Let's see what happens. The big thing with the helmet, that sucked, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Kind of like, listening, seeing what Cascade is saying, like, I really don't care. I care about it. He said he didn't care about the helmet, Master Chief's face being shown. I'm kind of like, I think it sucks that it's over already, because I think that could have been a better moment later on in the series. But like with good thing, like we're talking about Mando taking off his helmet, that's a big deal. That's lore behind it. They could have wrote something of why he didn't take off his helmet or something of the sort. But neither here. I'm not going to crucify it just yet just because of that. This is not like at level of like Cowboy Bebop bad. Like Cowboy Bebop, there was a lot of things that they screwed up on. I think this is a decent iteration of telling a better story.
That is too early to tell.
It is too early.
This could shit the bed in episode 2, and you could eat those words, man. I'm just saying.
Well, Bandito Max says it best. He said, cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. Let's see what happens. And then it comes out, episode 7. I'm like, this is complete shit. Now I'm having to struggle watch this. I'll be the first one to admit it. But I think for what it truly is not bad.
What Cascade said was interesting. Do people is it just us? Are we in an echo chamber? Do people not care the fact that he took off his helmet? Is that not a big deal?
Oh, it's a big deal.
No, it's a big deal to us.
To us.
It doesn't mean that
it's a big deal to
the general public.
Here's a deal to the general public, because that's I look up Master Chief and I say unmask or something like that. I mean, there's plenty of articles and people are talking about it.
But do people watch this? Watch the first episode? They're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and they just move on. Where we're like stuck on it in this fucking blurred podcast because we're nerds.
Could be.
Here's the thing: who is this for? Is it for fans or is it for like the person watches Kim Kardashian? Like, who is it really for? Because if it's for the fans, I'll be honest, it doesn't seem like it's going well right now. If it's for like Joe Schmo or people who watch
just
whatever.
like every other show, you don't want to limit it to just a small audience.
True.
You want to
You
make
don't,
it
but you're
palatable to as
taking-
many people as possible.
But you're taking a well-known character that's in
I
video
do think
game
we're a
realm.
bit of an echo chamber, to be honest. Even as
Yeah.
much as we try to say we're not, we are in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
all four of us
also-
love the
right?
game, and we have a way that we think it should be done.
Yeah.
But you see
No,
what I'm
I
saying,
mean-
right? You're taking a well-known video game character who's been out for years, and you're
Yeah.
just going to take him and
Well
like
known
put
to
him.
us.
Who
Yeah,
else is it
well-known to
known
us.
to?
Well, hold on, but there's I don't know what the
Halo's not as
showrunner.
relevant as it used to be.
It's
Well,
we talked
but
about the
relevant or not,
not.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
like the who like I can talk to a family member who's not into video games at all. I mentioned Master Chief. Hey, do you know about Master Chief? Oh, you mean the Fortnite guy or whatever? Like, who is it known? Who's it for? Who's the series for? Is it for the fans or is it
If
for?
anybody says, I'm gonna be honest, if anybody says, "Do you know who Master Chief is?" and they say the Fortnite guy, you obviously need to leave the high school.
You need to leave that. I was gonna high school. I was gonna say that middle school.
Leave
You
that
need
middle
to step
school.
away
Well,
from
I'm
that middle
talking
school.
about
It shouldn't be there.
and call the
That's
police.
where Ed
Call the
takes
police
up
and stuff.
states.
Call
I'm
the
talking
police
for what
and
the age audience is for. This is not for kids. I'm talking for like the people around our age. Like, I can talk to someone who's into.
I think what
Kim Kardashian or
Green Turner
whatever.
said it right. It's a broad spectrum. Like they made this show. They didn't make this show for the hardcore Halo audience. I think
And
they're trying to
that's a
reach a
problem.
broader perspective. They're trying to catch the Mando, Game of Thrones, like event television, and
That's a
also
problem.
try to pull in the fans with the niche stuff that we all like.
That's
So
a big
I mean,
problem.
but it's a big net to cast, and they're trying to score big. So I don't know. I mean, like time will tell. It's too early to tell, but yeah, I think we having conflicted feelings about him showing his face, and like it could all be fine, but it just sets the tone that like you said, Boba Fett, like he's walking around with the helmet under his arm. I never want to see that.
Yeah. So,
I like respect.
But the thing is that this is so I'm. Of course, I always like to back up relative things that we're saying, either with facts or get a better general sense of what people are actually feeling out there. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are either mixed or they just don't like the whole fact that he removed his helmet because of the fact that it's, and then people, of course, are making fun and jokes about it and so forth. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that for people who are generally going to be interested in this show, they're going to be watching this with Halo knowledge, like with not knowing what Master Chief looked like. Is it going to end the show? A lot of people who didn't like it, they still will continue to watch it from what I'm reading. I'm just reading different articles with comments and reading Twitter comments and so forth. So I'm trying to get a general view on it. And it's not bad. I mean, like I said, is it good that they did that? No, it sucks. But is it right now going to kill the series because of that? No. And I think the people who say that it kills the series, and I'm not saying that, I know that we're not saying that, but the people who say that it kills the series, then they're just going to complain.
I don't think it kills the series, but it definitely sets a tone of what this show
That's a tone, yeah.
is going to be, and that's just different than otherwise. You just keep the helmet on and you literally get the guy who does Master Chief's voice and everyone's happy.
Right.
That was a
what I mean?
problem for me.
Yeah.
No, clearly they made a decision here for a purpose, which we don't know yet.
Oh, well, Cascade brought up a really good point. I think this would change the view of a lot of viewers. Cascade says, "Can't wait to see the flood and how brutal and gory it's going to be." When they introduce the flood, if they introduce it this season, next season, or I hope they do. If they show the elites murking people left and right, like they took no prisoners. They were shooting people's heads off. I mean, headshot, stabbing people and so forth. They weren't taking no prisoners. If they are willing,
Walking Dead style violence we've seen before,
right? But do you really
mixed
expect
with
that?
Alien?
Yeah, but was you expecting that? I wasn't expecting that for a Halo game, to be honest. But the fact that
in this
series,
first episode, there was a little gory violence that I was not. Yeah, there was like Master Chief straight up headshotted, like he was like a Marine, like he confirmed the kill. You know what I mean? He wasn't just like shot him a couple times, stick the shield down, and did the what we're used to.
Elbows him in the face.
No, he definitely confirmed kill and moved on there.
Yeah, so I think
did it teabag him though, just for realism?
For sure,
for sure, absolutely.
Love it if they did that somehow.
Yeah,
that's how Marines operate.
Absolutely. So no, I think if they show when they show the flood, if they
that's
show
so what they did to Bin Laden, right? They teabagged him.
Teabagged him. I mean,
SEAL Team 6
for America.
For America,
yeah.
Exactly.
America
had to.
And then Bandito Mac talks about people new to the series aren't going to care. That's a fair point. People who don't really care about that, they're gonna watch it and be like, "Oh, this is cool, little sci-fi show his face." They're not gonna know any different. And then lastly, Casca says he played Halo for the multiplayer, and that's true. I mean, most people play the single player, honestly, a lot of times just because they want to get through the story. And it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
But the bulk of what people spent their time on was the multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
Yeah. So.
I mean, personally, I love for most games the story, right? No matter whether it's Halo or a fighting game or everything. But you're right, most people don't care, which is the reason why a lot of games are fading out the story aspect of games. Right. And just focusing on the multiplayer.
Going straight into BR. That's why BR has become such a big thing. Like Fortnite. Fortnite has no damn story.
No, they
do now.
Humongous.
Yeah, but the story.
Humongous story. The rocks.
I don't want to know.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not to say the story. I'm just saying it's a humongous story. It's ongoing.
But no one cares. Let's be realistic.
Everything. League of Legends has a story, but nobody really cares about the story.
Yeah. Well.
Now they are because of the series. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But it's just what it is. I think Halo. Let's get. I say just give it a shot. Let's say this first episode. What would you guys, for the folks that did watch it, what would you give the series?
I would give it.
Yeah. Shut up. Keep Halo's name out your fucking mouth. All right. I would. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, first, I can't think of a video game series that has derailed from the story that has been successful. Video game series, not anime, video game.
TV show?
I know. There's. I could think of a few.
I could probably maybe one. Pikachu. That's it.
Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Castlevania, that was relatively successful.
You talking about a television show or
you talking about live action?
I think he's talking about
live action.
Live action. Okay.
Fucking Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. Like fucking right off the gate.
Yeah, that's the greatest.
The first one ever.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. Give us a shot.
I'm in the middle of this. I want to see where it goes. I hate it. I love it. I give it a 6 for now. 6?
That's respectable. That's above average. Not everybody's gonna be. Not everybody. I used to tell my wife. People want to be like, oh, I'm a 10. Like not everybody's a 10, and people like, oh, 10. You're a 5. 5 is average. 5 is average. And if you're a 6, you're above average. There's nothing wrong with that. Being average.
5 is mediocre, I think.
But no, 5 is average.
Oh. Right.
If you're going from a 1 to 10 scale, that 5 is literally average. But I mean, what I'm saying is, like mediocre would probably be like 4. I would say 4. That's mediocre range. 3 maybe, but 5 is average. But you gave it a 6, so that means you think it's a little bit above average, which is good. I think that's very promising, especially from the the critiques that you had. So I think that's good. What about you, Darkside?
I would say like 7. I think it's 7.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there was enough there that made me happy, but it's just like, where's this going? Like, I don't see beyond this, and whatever is beyond this, I'm not so certain about. Whereas, like at the end of like Mando episode 1, the feeling you got at the end of that episode was not only this was amazing, and I can't wait to see what comes next because this is totally cool, but this is more like a little not disconcerting, but like, I mean, I don't know where this is going to go for a Halo type series, and I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, that's
7.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I give it a 7 as well. It is not at the level of Mando, I don't think. I think that's just because of just the nature of the universe it's coming from. but
Or like The Witcher episode 1.
Yeah, Witcher episode 1 is probably one.
It was very good.
It's probably one of the best introductions to a video game series. For sure. So
high expectations for The Last of Us HBO series.
Very high expectations, yes. Especially if HBO can continue to crank out like from Peacemaker. They when they do their television series, I would say HBO rarely miss. I don't think
rarely misses.
Yeah, so I really look forward to that.
I'll say this. Well, you didn't watch it, did you, Tuner?
I can spoil it.
He was there in spirit.
Right.
He was there.
Before I say anything, I kind of wish that HBO did pick this up because honestly, after this series is over with Paramount, I don't see me keep Paramount.
Paramount does have some good stuff now. I'm not gonna lie. Paramount does pick up, like they have Jackass Forever, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, they did have that. Yeah.
So,
but if you saw it already, I mean,
if you
already watched it, great movie.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is let's not shit on Paramount now. Let's give it a try. But I agree. If Halo would have went on HBO, I think it would have been a banger. But Halo's hard to do regardless. I think for whoever picks it up, they were going to have a challenge. I'm glad Netflix didn't pick it up because Netflix can. Well, I believe Netflix doesn't do well on series sometimes. So
I believe Paramount
they'll cancel them right away.
Yeah.
Paramount bought the rights to when the Halo movies were going to come out, they were going to be on Paramount. They were Paramount releases. Paramount has had the rights to Halo, the live action film, whatever concept they were trying to cook up since the beginning. So if Paramount Plus never existed, I don't know where it would end up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm saying that's why we need to be a little bit more forgiving.
Telling you, if that prophet of truth or prophet of whichever one prophet that is, if that prophet is an indication of the creature effects, I'm all in. I want to see more like that. He looked great.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. But let's see what happens. This is episode.
He's no adorable Grogu.
No, he's not
Grogu. He's adorable. Yeah, he's adorable.
But he looked like the prophets look like fucking withered old old penises. That's exactly what the that's what exactly
the little grunts.
No,
well, we didn't see it.
We just literally saw only people that we saw were the elites and the prophet. That's only two.
But the comic relief of the grunt is coming.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Yes.
And we can either be good or it will be cringe.
Yeah.
Or they might even put it in there.
They may not, and that's fine. I mean, do what makes.
No, the diversity of the covenant's the coolest part of the covenant.
Well, I mean, yes, but what I'm saying is that if they are going, let them do what
elites suck. Elites suck.
Yeah, elites are just not. But yeah,
elites and brutes are the lamest. enemy. I hate fighting them.
Well, I want to see the brutality. I just want them to see crush someone's skull.
With the gigantic hammer.
Yeah, I just want to see. But I want to see what's those big ass
those zombie things.
No. The hunter killer.
Yeah. Yes, I want to see those. I'm excited to.
They're
see
made up of the worms.
Yeah. I want to see that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see what happens. I'm saying if they can do a decent job with the elites, I think I'm really curious about what they're gonna do for the rest of this.
Are you guys surprised we didn't see a warthog in the first episode? I'm kind of surprised we didn't.
They're GMC trucks now, dude. Or they're Chevys.
I did see that they're 2022
are they
GMC trucks. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so
I was kind of shocked. I thought in like a hangar bay I would see a warthog or something, because people have literally built live, real, authentic warthogs.
Yeah,
they exist. So
especially Elon Musk.
Sure,
that's not a warthog.
All right.
I do want to see the Groots. I just don't know if they'll be in this because
the Groots,
the Groots,
the caveman family.
Never mind.
Where are the Groots? I'm confused. What are the
Never mind. All right,
underground.
Never mind.
Wrap it up. Take us out.
Wait. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has
no. We're not gonna pass this. What?
Yeah, don't let this motherfucker slide on that.
Yeah, where are the Groots? Ed?
They are what they are.
Are you missing maybe an N?
And the
grunts?
There we go.
There you go.
I was about to
even Bandito Mac, he's like, you mean brutes?
No, not the brutes. Not the brutes.
You
No.
mean the grunts?
He's combined them into
Grunts.
combined them into the perfect character.
Yeah,
Grunts.
you did. That was
The
amazing.
Groots.
I'm not
I
gonna lie.
made a. Hey, that character might be in
You
this.
made a
For all we
new
know.
character. I was
Hey, that might be in there.
the Groots. Yeah,
Sure.
I think you're in the wrong.
The
space.
Bobas and yeah.
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 Anyways,
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 42 of the Blurred Podcast. As always, you can find us on all major platforms and chat with us live at twitch.tv/the Blurred Podcast. Finish the fight. What?
Green Channel, when you edit this episode, just mute Ed. Just mute.
Never.
Jeez.
Never.
Never.
They keep getting worse. All the outros.
They
Never.
get-
Yeah.
First he put his dirty ass shoes on the stream,
Ugh,
thinking that
that really grossed me out.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
think he's gonna bring out Sacred Court.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Come on, dude. Why?
And the thing is crazy is that he's put his hands.
It's all that dog doo-doo on the sole.
Yeah, he's put his hands all over the over that shoe. Then he touches his face, and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. Ed, why are they black? Did they come black?
They're not black. They're white.
That's not.
That's
white.
not
It's
white.
so dirty.
Yeah, these aren't the shoes I wear. It's just like laying around.
Come on, why would you show them?
So what would you have shoes? Why would you keep shoes that you don't wear that are that dirty?
To like do work or something in them.
That's Anyways,
You don't have like shoes like that, but anyways, yeah. go
Are we
ahead.
still live?
we're
Yeah, we
still
are
live.
still live.
Yes.
Oh, I was
okay.
gonna start
All right.
throwing down next with him.
Story time of Ed Underground,
Yeah.
baby.
Anyways, blur you guys later.
Blur you guys
Blur
later.
later.
Finish the
Blur you
fight.
later.